Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
No, Pete. No, I'm not. Typically, when stuff happens, even when people pass away with artists and stuff, I kind of make light of it. And yeah, some people give us a hard time about it or whatever, and I'm always kind of the mindset of people that we don't know. Everybody gets emotional about all the time. But unfortunately for us, for me and Dub and the rest of us Michiganders and probably people in Ohio and everybody else, there's a guy who did pass away that does matter. A guy named Roger. A long time ago, when I decided I was going to try to start selling comics, and I really wasn't good at it, I used to have this big wall. It was like one of these PVC monstrosities. You'd like cut the shit with a saw at home or like or whatever, and you'd build it and fucking. I think we could put shit. I can't remember how many books I could put on it. It was tons, but the thing was almost like what's his name? The guy from Michigan State that always drops books on at Motor City. It's kind of like his wall. Like you touch the damn thing, it would start wobbling. Even if you had strips up there, it'd fall over. And for the people that don't know, I mean, the people in Michigan know who he is. So I'll pull up a couple. This was Roger, man. He helped out with Gem City. He ran. Him and a couple buddies took over like this con that I know that Dub does a lot on Sundays. I did it for a year and a half when they first started off. It was a great con, but Raj had been there for years. He was part Collector Zones. He had a store out in Jackson, and we came in with that stupid ass wall. And Roger has a setup like this. I'm just showing you the background setup. You might know him. He does like $5 books, and then sometimes he does other type of books and stuff like that. But like he had these walls, and actually you can kind of see like the bullshit wall behind it was my wall. This is like 2016 or 2015, somewhere around there's my bullshit ass wall.
Not this quality wooden wall.
The quality wood wall. And he had all these up there. But the guy next to him came in and he kept hitting because like I didn't realize at my first con that like you can't have fucking PVC piping going this far because it goes into the next person's wall.
Yeah, you got to stay within your boundaries.
Didn't know that shit. And the guy behind me was an asshole about it, the other half. But Raj was really cool about it. Not only was Raj really cool about it, he said, "Don't worry about it, man. We'll take care of it," and blah, 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 and kept going on. Came over and actually really made it feel good. We knew a couple people there already, like Brad and stuff like that, and Keith and all that, and a couple of boys. But Raj, we didn't know that well, and Raj really made us feel good. And he'd been there for a very long time. And a lot of people respected him. And I know early on when we were podcasting, there's guys that would always be talking shit. They called themselves dirty flippers and this and that. And they talk shit on people at shows who do shows, and especially the old guard, and saying that they were being gatekeeped. And you'd always hear me fight back to that. And they talk about shop owners and how shitty they are. And you'd always hear me fight back about that. And it was cool because it's the internet, right? Like on the internet, you don't have to be able to sell books. You don't have to set up at shows. You could be a complete shitbag and say whatever you want. And they were. And, well, I mean, yeah, they were. But like, that's why I took offense to it, was because of people like Raj. And unfortunately, Raj is gone now, which sucks because we need more of him, less of these shitbags. But I'm going to miss him. And, me and, we knew that he had terminal cancer at the last Motor City. He
didn't want anybody to know.
He didn't want anybody to know. And the show we did with him before that show, he kept me and Dub. We were my partner Sean. We were next to him again at pretty much that show that we showed you there. This show, we were at the show again, and he was right next to us. And right at the beginning of the show, he's always like, "Hey boys, we love it." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you boys are here. I'm so glad he put us next to you boys. I'm so glad Mike put us next to you." Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, I mean, we were just like, "Yeah, dude, it's great being next to Raj again. We always love him. Blah blah blah. We're always by Raj. It's always great. Blah 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 blah." And then like afterwards, we were like, "Man, there must be something up." And then we had found out shortly after that he didn't have too many left. So last week he took a turn for the south, and fuck, man, cons are gonna suck. Anyways, let's get off of that. Let's get to so I guess maybe I'm ready to do the show. Let's do the show, Pete.
Alrighty.
So we got an interesting show today. We're going to be talking about some comic books. We're going to be talking about, speaking of shows, we're going to be talking about one of the most ridiculous shows that is Michigan Astronomicon. I think Dub's got a little story about that one. And then we're going to review a couple of comics, do the normal stuff that we got going on, right? And we're going to go over some news. So let's get into it. Let's get through some of this news and let's kind of
warm up.
Make it fun. Yep.
Warm up, start turning things towards.
Oh, wait, before we do that, let's say hi to everybody. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, go ahead.
I'm a little off today. GT Key Comics. Hi, thumbs up. Cool. See you. Jeffrey, hello all. My Bargain Comics. I haven't watched comics YouTube for a long time. We're still out of jail, bro. It was good talking to you today. We were playing like, hey, I got to take this call today. Me and Steve were back and forth. So it's pretty funny. Evening, Joe. What has Joe got for us today? Is that Biff?
Yeah, it looks like old
Biff.
Biff.
Sure looks like old Biff from the future. Good one, Joe. Life is short. Try chili, ramen.
Not with that nonsense.
Hey, you know what, Lopez? You know what you're going to finally get for the first time ever? You're going to get one of these today because you deserve it.
Ring the bell!
Oh, there you go, Lopez. That's how you're going to be funny. Quid, what's
now
up?
You're just going to swell his head.
I know. What to do, foos? What to do, Quid?
Mojo.
Phil. Hi, all. Hey, Phil. My Bargain Comics, no problem. Talk to Kyle about a potential segment on his network. Okay. Good luck with that. What? Dang, that just
Kyle took over.
I went to hit BK stuff and it shot me all the way. I went all the way down to the end, past everything. Taking over the channel. Sorry, there we go. I missed it. He's taking over the channel and will be renamed Kyle Vision. Pete and Marco are being allowed to grace. Okay, exiting in the show. Yeah, excellent. Sarth, hey everyone. Hey, B, what's good? Hey, B Comics 313. Eric, hi. Okay. Yeah. Nobody's really taking this over. What's it? Foods?
No.
I screwed this whole thing just jacked up for me. It's all flipping out. Yeah. Thank you, Jeffrey Drake.
Wonder why.
Thanks, man. I don't know. Tyson, happy summer solstice guy. Is it? Who's your
first day of summer. Yeah.
All right. Well, happy first day of summer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because my son was saying so it's the longest day of the year. So I'm like,
isn't it?
Buddy, I'm trying to read. Stop interrupting me.
Yeah, I know. We're reading some of the
reading comics.
I'll tell you this week, when we don't have a defined comic or whatever that we're going to read, I go to like the online order lists to see what's been ordered, and I go to like the online read list to see which is the most downloaded read. I have to tell you this, Marvel, I did not go with that, but I was so intrigued by every other Marvel book, and I was surprised that the Scarlet Witch annual did so well, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah.
Why do they have an annual when there's only like 5 issues out?
What's that?
What was that?
It's like the regular series that she has. She's only up to like issue 5. Why do they have an annual?
I don't know why they have
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that seems kind of ridiculous to me.
Huh. Yeah, it does. But
you haven't
whatever.
Even been around a year.
People actually, I don't know. I went back to look to see what. Then I went back to see what like the domestic and international like amount of reads and stuff. That for some reason people are reading. You know what's surprising? Black Adam. People read the shit out of Black. I mean,
that's the end.
Like,
I think that's why.
International, like you get a lot of MAGA up front, so then you have to fish through there. But like MAGA, whatever.
It's not the same.
You get all that nonsense up front, but in the back end, you get a lot of the stuff. And like Black Adam's like one of the top DC books read internationally, which is just, I don't get it. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go to we're gonna have is Darth Lopez being stupid in the chat after we gave him a belt? We give that kid a belt.
I told you.
And he's just stupid in the chat. I mean, the sun does shine on a dog's ass.
What do you do?
I don't know. He's just him and Burger King's stupid, and Lopez is trying to egg him.
No, in all honesty, Lopez is being the voice of reason here.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like legally that can't happen because BK's saying a bunch
Oh.
of weird stuff, and Lopez like no that's not going to happen. Dude.
Oh, all right, good job.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Darth. Sorry,
Right.
Lopez. Yeah, appreciate it.
Lopez is
Yeah.
the voice of reason.
Lopez is the voice of reason.
It
in
must be the
conversation.
longest day then, because that some
I feel shocked.
right. I don't know what. Yeah. Yes. It does. Jeffries does have it right. It does. Annual usually is like it implies a year, not less than half a year.
Right.
Really good. Really good. Really good.
That's why I'm confused.
All right. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm confused by that and the chat and Lopez actually sticking up for common sense for once. I guess. Whatever. All right. Can we get into some news?
We could get into the news. Let me run the thing. All right, good. All right.
So, talk about some news this week. The top story thing, I really wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of news this week, but nothing that was like that just came right out and said, "Hey, I'm the top story this week." So,
Hey, that's fine.
I just I threw a couple things in there that were kind of important. So, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up, I believe, like next weekend. Marvel Studios is not going
that
to have
early?
a panel. I don't know. It's in the next couple weeks. I actually
Yeah, I know
don't
it's in
the date
July
for sure.
usually, but I don't know when in July.
So I could be off by my dates, but I know it's soon. But no Marvel Studios in Hall H, which
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. But HBO and Universal have also decided they're not gonna. Well, they're talking about not doing it. So it's the writer's strike and possible
Is
director's
it?
strike. I mean,
Or
that's
is
part
it-
of it.
That, or is it that they're starting to go like, if we start setting up these things like Celebration and like the D12s and everything else, we can just have our own fucking con where people are going to pay us $500.
Yes, but you can still spread it. You still want your name in the
People
rotation.
to be talking.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because of the pandemic they feel that way. I think because I think there's a little bit of a false narrative there. They saw how expensive that is. It's not cheap trap. Like that was one of the things that, besides the bad news that I got this week, one of the things that was kind of funny was how many people were like, "Where are you at this weekend?" I'm like, "I'm at home on my boat because I have kids." And they're like, "I thought you were coming to Heroes." And I was like, "No." I was like, "We heard you had free rooms. This guy offered you this and that." I said, "Yeah, but I can't go, man. I was busy." But even if I went, like how expensive it is to go on the road as much, like ever since COVID, I haven't gone on the road as much. You know what I mean? And it's not, it's okay. Like then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I guess I'll miss this one. Like I'll make it there next year. And am I going to make it there next year? 50-50. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of how they're seeing it too. Like it's expensive to be on the road, dude. And yeah, you're going to make some money. And yeah, you're going to get some money back. And yeah, you can get some residuals down the road from it. And I understand that. But like, you think you're going to get more residuals if I put on MarcoCon? Hell no. MarcoCon will be a hit. But, I mean, I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
Well,
like,
to be clear, they are going to. Marvel will be on the con floor. They will be having a presence, like with their comics and everything.
Yeah,
but they're just not doing the panel with all the big stars coming and all of those things. Is what they're not.
That's really fucking expensive to do. Right. If you're going to do it,
I think it's just that. I think it also is with the strike. You don't know when they're going to release these things, so you don't want to go announcing shit, putting on a big to do, and then all of a sudden,
I think it's a little from column A and a little from column B.
I think it's from a couple different columns. I think they're like, okay, but why would we? Because generally they've done that before, where they've brought people or gone up and had some big, hey, we're going to release these 6. We were release these 6 things in the next 2 years. And none of that shit happens, right? They have to move all the dates. They have to do everything else. So they've seen that before. I just think like, hey, they're starting to do shit on their own dime and seeing like, hey, man, it's expensive, but it also pays off. It gets them a lot of money because now they're getting the residuals for themselves. They're not. I mean, San Diego is built on all these people coming, and when Marvel's still going to be there, but they're not going to, shell out. So I mean, I agree with Dub. I think it's half and half, man.
Yeah.
So really quick, well, I know we're talking about the news, but I need to clarify something here real quick.
Huh.
right here. I did not shoot down any of my Bargain Comics ideas. I shot down BK's idea, just for the record. And then this one is the other one that I wanted to. I know you put it up there, but yeah.
So you won't. It'll be automatic. Everybody excluding me gets a rascal. So you'll just be a bunch of rascals that will dress up, rocking and rolling, brother. No, and they'll all be like on less than a quarter battery. So you'll get stuck halfway through the con. Just fill it up.
People got to wear shoes though at MarcoCon.
Yes.
Yeah.
No
you have to. Oh, even on the rascal.
No
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, bathrooms. Just to let you know, it'll be a no sitting down policy, including females. They have to stand because there's no pooping at MarcoCon.
No twos.
No pooping. No pooping.
One only.
And by the way, if gas starts going, automatic ejection. We will have
the way he prevents the no twos is there's a screen filter on the top of every toilet, so if it's not liquid, it won't go through.
Right. And if you try to crop dust, there are like little mouse joy type things that go around, and any unpleasant odor, you just get escorted out. Yep.
You get flagged.
All right. So the next story is just a little follow up to last week. So we talked about this last week and how John Romita had that ASM 109 cover. And we were like, why did he pick that cover? We didn't know.
Somebody in our chat hooked us up with it. Yeah,
yep.
Good.
So if you pop the if anyone who wasn't aware, the 2-issue story with Flash Thompson in Vietnam, number ASM 108 and 109, was Romita's tribute to his idol, Milton Caniff, his work on Terry and the Pirates. Romita has often cited that story as one of his favorites, and in that photo, he's holding up a reproduction of what he drew of the 109 cover. It doesn't matter about significance to us, but he was super proud of that comic. And Timothy Markin, and there was some numbers after it, and left that as a comment after our last video. So I want to thank you, Timothy Markin, for letting us know. And so this cleared up what this was going on for us. So we'll definitely want to follow up with that and share with everybody what was going on.
Yeah, good. Now can we follow up with the comment where the guy called me an asshole after watching the show for 3 hours? Thanks for the 3-hour watch, by the way, buddy. No, this guy was great. I really appreciate this, Timothy. Thank you very much for that, man. It was really informative, and at least he gets it. So
thank you, Timothy.
We're open for information.
Heck yeah.
Got information to share it.
Crocs only convention. Look at this shit. It's gonna have the Walmart accounts. At least I'm just not opening up something in a bar.
I used to work when I lived out in Colorado. The place where I worked right next to us was like the Croc warehouse, factory, home office, whatever it was. And literally twice a year, they would have this huge sale where they would just put Crocs on top of Crocs, boxes and boxes, and people would come from all over. I hated it because I had nowhere to park. People would be everywhere. It was the most ridiculous thing. People love those Crocs, man, and it was crazy. I wouldn't go anywhere near it, but man, people love those Crocs.
Dude, I don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, because if you ever see me in a hotel or something like that, I have around my house. I wear Skechers version of whatever that is, like a Croc, but it's not a Croc. It breathes a little bit more cushioning for older people. So I get it. How dirty my fucking feet would be if I wore this shit outside.
Oh yeah, you don't
wear
them.
You out of your fucking mind. Like, dude, no. I mean, I just don't wear a flip-flop because well, one, it's gross, and two, whatever. And number, it's just not that comfortable. So like where you would wear a flip-flop like in hotels or whatever, I wear these things, but I don't know.
They're good just to walk to the mailbox. That's it. That's as far as you go with them.
Well, I don't walk with the ones I do. I don't walk using the house. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There was that movie that was about the future that had I think a Wilson brother in it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Starts with an I.
Idiocracy.
So in Idiocracy, they tried to find a shoe that would look stupid enough that they could put in there that looked like the future when he woke up, and it would be everybody. And those were Crocs in there. That everybody in Idiocracy, they showed everybody wearing
Crocs
because America was so dumb that they were all wearing Crocs. And that's what they predicted the future again.
Jerry Cruz was president.
Dude, look at James. Give James it. Margo's showing up the fresh new. I got them jazzy New Balances, bro. It's like it's got like a light blue on it and stuff. Give this dude it. Ring the bell. Man, you guys are making my day, brother.
574s? What number you rocking there?
Tearless sandals and shoes. I don't know. I don't wear those plain ass white ones. If I wear it, I either wear. There's a certain Puma I wear, or I wear. There's like a funky New Balance. It's got like soft.
Hey,
soles.
that's a good segue. Speaking of Puma, promoting the Flash.
Holy shit! Hey, you know what happens when you go? Hey, we have a movie coming out next week, but don't worry, it's not that important. Instead, watch Blue fucking Beetle because that's way more important than Flash.
I don't know. Tom Cruise said it was the best superhero movie that he's ever seen.
Dude, I don't know what the hell is going on because I had said this like leading up to it. There was a lot of people that were saying good things about this movie.
Best movie ever, and they were really trying hard to like tell us it was the best movie ever.
I get it, but I think that's after James Gunn said this movie doesn't fucking matter. So like,
yeah. Well, did you guys go see it or no? Am I the only
one?
I
didn't see it yet. No, but I heard it was terrible.
It's not terrible. It's definitely not the best movie ever. No, it's not terrible. It's B- is kind of where I have it. It's all right. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Let's just say that.
So 55 million domestically, 75 million internationally. So, about 140 million. Totally in total. It's, didn't even do what Black Adam did.
No.
Do you think that the gun effect is actually that and the cancellation, like the selling off, but saying we're having a change direction?
It's a combo of things. I think it's all that. They also didn't get to do all the press that they normally would have done either.
Oh, that's right. They did like no
late night TV shows running right now, so they couldn't do the rounds of hey, Michael Keaton, hey, tell us about your new movie. Like we didn't get any of that.
Not to say that's right, because you would have had to roll out Keaton too, because this guy gets in a lot of trouble, doesn't he?
Yeah, you exactly. weren't gonna. This guy showed up, or they showed up at the red carpet, and that's it. No interviews. This is what I'm saying. Like,
nothing. This is what I heard from a lot of people. Was that it was like originally that people saw it and said it was a good movie.
That's what I said.
They enjoyed it. It was worth.
Yeah. It's worth seeing in the theater. It's like I said, the story was. I had no idea exactly what the story was going to be, but the story actually wasn't bad when you take it beginning to end. Like they did tell a nice tale within it. Supergirl was pretty cool. Keaton coming back was cool. Ezra wasn't that bad. He actually wasn't annoying. I thought he was going to be super annoying. Only thing he did that annoyed me is he was eating throughout the goddamn movie, which obviously he has to do as the Flash, but I hate hearing people eat.
Oh, I hate
chewing sound. I can't.
Nope.
I can't stand
it. I'm not going to see it now. I can't watch it. Oh, that's so fuck. Why wouldn't you edit that shit out? You can edit that noise out.
Because he has to refuel. He needs the calorie. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, get it, but you don't have to put the fucking noise. Nobody wants to hear the saliva, dude. Fucking gross.
So there's allegedly a 4-hour cut of this movie as well somewhere.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah. And then it's, like there was so much potential for it to be good. So that's why people talked about it a lot. But 55 million is not sounding good.
Yeah, I heard that the CGI wasn't good.
It wasn't. And I waited till after I saw it to read the director's explanation. And his explanation doesn't cover it.
Yeah.
Like I thought, he had a reason. Like, stylistically we chose to do this. I was like, wait, that don't make sense because that's not the only time you did shitty CGI. There was some shitty CGI. There was.
That's unfortunate. Elemental was in number 2, which was a latest Pixar release, which was kind of sad for them as well as a release.
Wasn't interesting. Like I don't know. Like usually Pixar has a concept, and I go, that seems kind of fun. But this seemed like I feel like I watched this already.
Yeah.
Was it a weird weekend? Is it historically? Is this a weird weekend for like? Do people release big movies on this weekend?
June, June's gotten. I don't know specifically, not Father's Day weekend or Juneteenth, but
because I mean, on Father's Day, no offense, Pete, because you probably went on Father's Day, but I ain't trying to sit in a movie theater.
No, I go to the movies on Father's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I double dipped last weekend. This weekend we went Saturday. We saw Flash on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, as the weekend is all, because I know a lot of people like. Well, just in our state, it's different, right, Dub? Because like a lot of people were up north and everything else. No. Like, not a lot of people go watch movies. Yeah, it's outside. You only get like 12 good days out here, so Fuck it.
Take advantage when you can.
Take advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I had people over at my house Saturday, and it was
Yeah.
I had my whole weekend was
Sunday.
nonstop.
Oh, I had
that seemed like it was a back-to-back too. Yeah, we're almost transformed. Oh Jesus!
No, I did a dad's only drinking brunch. That's what we did on Father's Day. We
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm too. Yeah.
Then I came home and I took a nap, and then I was all ready for the Star Wars, Dark Side show we did.
Yeah. We did a show on Sunday, huh?
We did.
Amazing. All right, cool. All right, what do you got?
All right, so just a little recap of the year. I wanted to throw in 2023 so far. Mario is leading the pack with 572, Guardians 345, Spider-Man's at 284.
Wow.
And then the other stuff, yeah.
Anything that'll beat fucking Avatar, I'm happy about.
Right.
Come on, Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
That's the leftovers of Avatar, though.
What do you mean?
It didn't release. It released in December. Like the opening weekends are not included in that.
Oh, gotcha.
This is the runoff that bled into 2020.
Well, get it off. I want it off every list.
Yeah, hopefully Transformers.
It's like number 3.
Yeah. And then worldwide, Mario and Galaxy are still the top 2. But like Pete said before, Fast and the Furious has an international audience, so they're number 3 worldwide. And then Spidey and Ant-Man's up there for worldwide as well, which is impressive. So with the top, rounding out the top 5. So just a quick little mid-year. I thought I'd throw that in there to give us a little update on what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's good. Give us
Quid, you gotta find. I hear you. Dude. Listen, I feel for this guy. I hate Father's Day. My daughter lives in Texas with her mom, and my wife makes Father's Day all about. Yeah, I mean, I get it, bro. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Go get a house on the lake, and get up early in the morning, and just disappear for hours fishing by yourself.
Yes, and then
this fucking thing. What the fuck is this?
So the poster and the trailer was leaked online, but then quickly officially released right afterwards. Has a release date of October 6, 2023. I mean,
what's up, Brian?
Like, I don't know.
This thing's fucking amazing. This thing, it's so fucking bad. This thing is so fucking amazing. It's so fucking bad.
Why did they make this?
This is so awesome, dude. This is like Dolph Lundgren as the fucking Punisher, bro. This is so fucking bad.
Yeah, this is like a direct-to-video, to like made-for-TV movie.
Theater shit, bro. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Dude, I've been so busy. I haven't been able to make the movie theater a lot this year. So like I'm kind of disappointed. Like I'm really trying to get to see The Flash and a couple other things, but I know I'm just not going to. I have to start watching stuff. I haven't even I've been so busy. I haven't been able to watch stuff on the TV lately. You guys know that. So, but like this, perfect. Won't be upset I missed it in the theaters. I'll have it, I'll have it sit there on FX or wherever the fuck they put it. I'll be doing some work in the background. I'll be watching this 2-3 times. Fucking amazing. I'll watch it late night when I can't fall asleep one time. Probably be laughing. It's fucking
maybe,
great,
but can you explain to me why he doesn't hunt?
Don't give a shit.
He doesn't. He's Craven the Hunter. He doesn't hunt animals.
Perfect.
Because hunting animals is wrong.
Perfect.
People.
Perfect.
That's okay.
Yes, absolutely makes no fucking sense. Perfect. This is amazing. This is my hope.
I mean, lion blood drips into him.
Yeah.
He spits out an eyeball. I mean, there's so much.
Love it. Love that. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Punisher Warzone?
No.
Shit. Did you ever watch any of the Punisher movies that were
no. Actually,
dude, what about why is Kevin Nash wearing a fucking tugboat thing and getting stabbed? Makes no fucking sense.
That wasn't.
Why is it that wasn't Warzone. That was the other one.
That was the Thomas Jane one where the Punisher was in Tampa for
Tampa. Chilling. None of that shit makes sense.
Tampa Punisher.
Yeah, I watch that shit all the time. I love it. And this brings me back to shitty comic book movies. I'm okay with this.
Ray Stevenson actually was a solid Punisher for that Warzone one.
The Warzone one was, but remember, like they were sitting there on the ground at the end, and whatever. We're not.
Oh, there's still some. Yeah, there's still.
It was some great C-rate type shit, dude. Like in there, I'm saying like all of them. I'm saying Dolph. I'm saying like Hey, remember Baywatch when he was fucking Nick Fury, right?
Asshole.
Yeah. I'm talking all that good shit. This is it, bro. This is give us some of this. Hey, look, man, you can't always be eating foie gras on top of milk-fed veal chops, tomahawk chops, and shit like that. Every once in a while,
hungry, man.
Every once in a while, you just got to eat. You got to eat a fucking coney. You just, it's got to be Lafayette, of course, but you got to eat a coney. And this is fucking coney dogs at its best, bro. It's cheap. It just looks like it's something. You're like, I don't know why it tastes okay. It kind of doesn't even look legit. Like, it looks like something you should not be fucking eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hell yeah.
Know. This, I think I'd prefer Morbius 2.
I'm down. I'm not wasting money on this, but I'm down, bro.
You're gonna have to waste money on it because we're gonna have to talk about it. You got to bring your clipboard and everything.
Well, I'm going to that one place where movies are cheap, so don't worry. That's
fine.
I mean, somebody probably gonna fall asleep on me or whatever's going on, but yeah.
But come October, we're gonna need your report. Man on the street.
Man on the street.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get into our next bit. Oh, I thought that was her.
Yep. So
it flashes like a second in the trailer.
Yeah, real quick, we see her in the trailer, and it's not me. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this a little bit was her quote from this. So much fun! I had so much fun creating the character, and what's fun is the character was not written at all on paper. What Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise do is cast the actor, then build a character around the actor's abilities and all the conversations that we have. So it was just nothing at first. And it was just these things, and we added, and I came up with, different ideas. So literally, they cast her with nothing planned.
And then they decided, let's do punchline.
Yeah. That's why we're talking about this, because I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I ever read.
Dude, look, man.
I think it's kind of interesting.
I mean, she looks good, but like,
think about it this way. What is it? Think of it this way. Like the role she's playing a villain henchman. There's not a lot of story for them.
Yes.
Right? She's a bad guy. You're not going to get a lot of story beats. They're not going to have a big character arc. She's just a bad guy doing bad guy things. They're going to cast the stunts, to match. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. You could build out whatever you want that to be.
Okay. Why? Jesus, Dwayne. All right, do that. I'm sorry. The chat. I don't know if we should just read chat stuff, because chat stuff is fucking hilarious.
Ring the bell.
You want me to go back to the crotch shot? We can go back.
Oh no, don't worry. We're reviewing Nightwing today, so we got it already. Also, yeah, Judge Dredd, dude, even better. Who played the first Judge Dredd?
Wait,
Sylvester Stallone. Wait, come on, dude.
Judge Dredd?
I am the law.
Yeah, it was Stallone and it was Carl Urban.
Yeah. I am the law.
Rob Schneider.
Was he in it though?
Rob
was he one
Schneider?
of the other?
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
Rob Schneider was in that one, yeah.
Come on, dude. All that stuff was so terrible. It was great. I mean, Tom Cruise, I don't know. I won't really watch his stuff, I guess.
Why? It's good. I can't wait for Mission Impossible. I think it's going to be good.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not about watching another Mission. I didn't find Mission Impossible 1 that great. So why would I watch Mission Impossible, what is it, 3?
No.
It's more than that.
7.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's only part 1.
This
7 part.
Yeah, 7 part 1.
7 part 1.
Holy shit. Like, it is like people wearing Crocs. I mean,
no, I think the movies take their own kind of tone. Once you get to 4, they kind of continue. The first 3 are almost like their own things. They don't build that much on each other. But starting with 4, they started to build the story after that. We started seeing characters come back again.
I have no doubt that he did. He has got a man crush on Tom Cruise like nobody's business.
All right, well, enough on Tom Cruise.
Yeah, enough on Tom Cruise. So a point of clarity here, Illumination, which we had previously reported was possibly working on a Zelda movie. But Chris Meledandri, who is the founder and CEO of Illumination, says they are not working on this movie, and he doesn't know where that came from.
So they're 100% working on this movie, right?
So maybe they are, but it could be a different studio. I mean, it could be Illumination, 100% working on it, but also
It's Delumination. It's
yeah,
their
we
sister
don't
company.
know.
Oh,
Nothing
they don't.
official has been signed, so he doesn't want to lose the chance to do it. So he's got to say, "Oh, we're not doing it."
They don't. They
So-
did. They don't still do this. The table would self destruct in 10 seconds.
No, actually, they don't.
All
I
right.
think they did that
Well,
in the first one.
Anyway, just clarification from before that
I hear that Zelda video game is really dope, though.
that Zelda video game is amazing. What little I
Is it?
played of it, it's so good.
So I hear
People are
I hear it's
building
dope.
insane like mechs and laser things and like cages to like throw dragons into black holes, and it's just like
Yeah, I hear that they're not even playing the game. They're just
no,
they're
you
just,
can just build stuff. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Absolutely ridiculous. You can build so mechs. People are building. I just saw somebody build a Batmobile with like the little, like the torpedo thing that comes out of the middle of it. That like
no
just,
that I'm saying like
Oh
they
my
aren't
God, it's
playing
crazy.
the fucking game. They're just
No.
chilling there.
it's
They're
so good.
literally just chilling in that shit.
Fair enough.
Anyway, it's hilarious. It's awesome. All right, talk about some streaming news. There was a couple interesting streaming things this week. You remember last week we talked a little bit about the Netflix Tadum
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So last Saturday, I guess they had an all-day stream or several hours. They dropped trailers. They announced shows. They gave us teases. They dropped fake trailers where they were just supposed to be trailers, but it really wasn't a trailer. And people were upset. Like this Avatar, like they just showed a couple pictures of it for anybody that cares.
There we
Wait,
go.
did I say last week that this is gonna fucking suck and nobody cares?
Probably.
And then what happened?
It sucked and nobody cares.
Everybody got mad.
Yeah. So a few people cared.
There's some people that did care actually.
Well, they
I
cared
was-
because they got mad, I guess. But
Well, there's people that are excited about Cobra Kai 6 and Squid Game 2 and this.
About Mark Millar's The Chosen One.
Yeah, exactly. The Chosen One, exactly. Got some kind of
that's the
preview.
one we're doing. The chosen.
These were all things that were announced. I'm just reporting what happened. But there was a couple Netflix things that were interesting. If you want to keep going to,
So wait, are they doing the Airbender or are they not doing the Airbender?
they are doing
They're
Airbender.
just
Yeah,
not that far.
there's no, and nobody cares because the original creators left. I mean, I don't care. Maybe other people do care, but
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to watch it because the two guys that originally created it were involved, and they had creative differences and took off. So now I expect it to be another M. Night Shyamalan type movie. So I don't really care about it.
I can't believe they're doing more of that fucking Cobra Kai shit.
Yeah, they're still going.
And Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor will be appearing in Stranger Things 5, which is not being filmed yet because of the strike. But she will be there. We don't know what she's going to play, but this is the first edition that they've announced so far for the final season of Stranger Things that's supposed to be happening. So, season 5 allegedly made some people cry when they pitched the idea to the executives. So, I guess
Yes, because they
a lot
said
of
no
people
more
don't.
checks. They're like, "Fuck, we're taking your checks away."
Oh
Damn.
no.
No.
We're gonna get a real job.
So,
All right.
Sarah Connor in the Upside Down. All
It's
right.
not Sarah Connor. It's just a person who plays her.
Incredible Hulk from 2008 is now streaming on Disney.
So you can watch Lee drink fucking blood out of a.
Yeah, but
That's
why?
You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.
Oh, I think I know what that's from.
That's for this one.
Oh, it is.
It's bad Spanish when he gets.
I thought that was from.
Wouldn't
The
like
Flash
me
or
when I'm
something.
hungry.
So there's two things. One, the only thing left is now Spider-Man: Far From Home and Spider-Man: No Way Home are the only MCU films not available on Disney Plus right now. And then why are they doing this? Why did Hulk show up besides having everything on here? Possibly for General Ross, so people can get some history on Ross.
No, maybe.
That's what you're going with
For
there.
the new, that's my
by the
guess.
way,
I don't know.
Portuguese, not
Possible.
Portuguese,
not Spanish.
Oh, that's
Portuguese.
right. You're right. It was Portuguese because he was down in
Brazil.
exactly.
Anyway, so it's there if you want to go watch or rewatch that movie. It's there. So Batman the Cape Crusader was that show that originally was supposed to be on
Hey,
HBO.
look who it is. Hey, Timothy, thanks for the comment, by the way, brother.
Oh, awesome. What's up, Timothy?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We if you didn't see it, we highlighted you earlier, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, for the Ramita thing.
Yeah, the Ramita thing. All right, so what's this, Batman?
So Batman the Cape Crusader was the animated series that Bruce Timm was involved with that was supposed to be on HBO, but then it got lost during the purge.
She was on Hill Street Blues?
I did not. I never watched that show.
It's weird because I referenced Hill Street Blues earlier today, unwittingly.
I watched.
What the fuck are you? What are?
But
what
I
are we
meant
doing
Barney
here?
Miller, actually. I said Hill Street Blues, but it was anyway. It doesn't matter.
Barney Miller? Get out of here! Go.
I watched
Get
Dukes
out
of
with this.
Hazzard.
No,
not
get
Hill
out!
Street
Get
Blues.
out of this with this nonsense. Come on, let's go.
This show will try to do everything that animated. Well, try to do things that animated series could not do. It's going to be more adult oriented versus child oriented, which was the animated series, because Fox and then WB had such a very strict of what they could and couldn't do and what they cut out of the show. So now Prime
It's going to Prime? Why would
Yeah,
it
Prime.
go to Max?
because they didn't want it. That
They
was
didn't
part
want
of the thing.
They passed.
They passed on it. So originally it was being Max, but when Discovery bought it out, they're like, "Oh, we don't want it." And HBO, I read something right before it came on that HBO is trying to license some things to Netflix to show some of their older shows.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean, I think you're going to see that with. I think
Yeah.
that's part of the plan with Disney too, was that they're going to rotate out some of their stuff and try to.
Yeah.
We talked about that months ago, and then like last 2 weeks, they're like, "Yeah,
A lot of things are in the
Wait,
works. Nothing's
Do we
official.
show it
but-
here to try to get more subscribers, or do we rent this shit out?
Get out,
We should
right.
Get some money off of it.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
oh yeah, that
Oh.
was a really fucking weird Beauty and the Beast, Marv." Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The one with Perlman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Perlman is the Beast. Yeah. Hey, Brucifer.
Yeah, what do you change the name up?
What's up, Bruce? For
Kingdom of Nerds, Brucifer. Dude, he's the only saving grace on that SNS show. I'll tell you that much. Thank God, Bruce. Thank God you were there. I tuned in for 2 seconds to see because I heard you were on it. It was
Abe
funny.
Vigoda. Yeah, Joe
And
bringing
then
up
it
Abe
wasn't
Vigoda.
funny.
okay. We
Ron,
can.
Ron Glass is
moving.
not a great actor. What?
I don't know who that is.
What is going on? Go next. Go, please go.
Ron Glass. Oh, isn't that the shepherd from Firefly? Shepherd Book. Right? Isn't that Ron Glass?
I can't. I don't remember. I mean, I watched it, but I don't remember anymore who was who.
I forgot to give you your extra bit too.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I said that stuff already.
Yeah,
so
I already said that.
it's all good. Couple of comic bits here. Nothing too major that I was able to find, except Frank Miller comes back to Daredevil.
Just as he rolls out his own production company, he goes to another production company.
This is a he needs some money to pay for it. So 1/100 cover that he's doing this is a regular cover, not a variant, but
You're really gonna want the version of this?
there's a virgin version. Why would you want that? Without the Daredevil on it?
This is not as bad as the Wolverine.
No, that was terrible.
Without the trade dress, though, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I
The trade
think
dress
you
kinda
want the
helps.
trade dress. This will be shipping on September 13th for those who are interested that want this cover. So
I'll pass, bro.
yep, I'm good.
Dude, these covers have me worried because those Essentia books where you got to mail in the coupons to get the special covers, it's a 50-50 shot. You don't get to pick. You either get a Campbell cover or you're getting a Frank Miller cover. This is starting to get me worried. I'm going to end up getting 2 Frank Millers.
Oh no.
Oof.
But it's a gamble I got to take. What do we got here? Oh,
Hey,
Everybody's favorite Nicolas Cage will be featured on a Superman cover. He will be.
They need to do bald Superman though, like bald Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
you can't do
close
this
enough.
one. No,
This-
it's not close enough.
They gave him a bit of the Widow's Peak.
No.
Not enough.
You have,
I mean,
you have to do
Downplayed
the
it, sure.
no. You have to do the like hardly any hair, almost like Skullet Nicolas Cage Superman. That's the way to go.
This will be the cover of World's Finest number 19th, drawn by Dan Mora. Should be coming out sometime in September.
Okay, sounds good.
So,
Yeah. More mullet.
Needs more mullet. He might have a mullet. Yeah.
Little skullet going on. We should get it going. Yes.
And then Tony Stark and Emma Frost are getting married.
Oh, good lord! How do you ruin a character? You have fucking Iron Man marrier.
The interesting thing about this cover, though, so one, it's a two comics that connect. It's like a House of X and Invincible Iron Man. I think I put it in the little notes.
Oh yeah, let me give you your note. Sorry.
Wait, how many of the cuckoos are there?
More than that are alive. So,
more than yeah.
X-Men 26 and Invincible Iron Man number 10. The most interesting thing. This is by Lucas Wernick, by the way, who had some good stuff.
He's had some good stuff lately.
Yeah.
He did that Bounty Hunter cover, the one that was like the Art Nouveau one, I think.
Dwayne.
Oh my god. The most interesting thing about this cover, though, is if you click it one more time, Pete, and zoom in here. Look who's on the shoulder of Stinger over there.
Small Miss Marvel?
I thought she was dead.
Ain't she dead?
Ain't she dead?
I see. So Stinger is very tall, so that's America on one and Miss Marvel on the other. So is this a mistake? Is this a, is she coming back? What's going on? I'm just.
Well, we know she's not dead.
I'm just saying, like, that she's on the cover here. So
would she stay dead for more than 2 months?
No,
she's not. She'll be back before. She will be back way before her movie comes out.
Well, it's November. It's not that far.
Yep. We got a little time.
I guess.
Hey, maybe we should get Brucifer on and get off my lawn also. That'd be a good show.
Some toy news this week. There was a bunch of little toy announcements, and one that happened like right earlier today that it was interesting.
Which would be?
Well, that's gonna be the last thing. So first, just real quick. I don't know who the Slush Head is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember this guy.
But for you Master of the Universe fans, here you go. $33.99, Target exclusive, and it's coming out in October. He looks like one of the aliens.
Like, was there like a liquid or something in the thing?
Possibly. His name is Slush Head. So
that's what I'm thinking. Like, you squished it and it like churned.
Comes with lots of pieces. He's got a backpack with a brain in it.
I didn't want to go forward. I thought there was an extra bit to click.
No, not for the toys. I just kind of put it in there. Okay. And then this is coming out in October. $34. Mondo's got a 12-inch Skeletor to go with. I think they have a He-Man and a Beastman out already, I believe. It's timed edition, so you have from yesterday until June 30th to order for only $260. And if you order the Mondo Time Edition, you get all the stuff on the left side that is part of the exclusive. The little, I don't even know what the dragon's name is.
This is kind of cool, but that's too steep.
Yeah, he had water. Slush Head with water in his.
Gotcha.
The price is just too steep. I do like it, but 12's probably too tall. Like, it takes up too much real estate.
Mondo's been doing a lot of good detailed figures. They've got an X-Men line going for the animated. They got a Batman animated series line going, and they have this Master Universe line going. So they've got go
to your local Ollie's. There's a lot of Panthers for sale on clearance and other stuff too.
Not for Mondo though, right?
Not for Mondo.
No, not the Mondo stuff.
No. I'm saying this. Like, it looks like the soft goods cape. It looks like it might have some like wire framing inside, so you can kind of pose it out.
Burger King, your mom is not going to give you her credit card to buy this. She's not going to let you buy a $260 doll. Sorry, buddy.
I'm going to guess, Joe, that they're going to put the Panther out later as a separate.
Yeah, that's got to be like $500 on its own.
This is cool as shit, but like, could you imagine if you got one of these and you start or your buddy did and you start playing with it and shit, like, and you had the He-Man of this too, and you're like,
Nope, because I wouldn't have bought it in the first place.
Like this type of shit where I do this with fucking all of a sudden he's splashing and doing elbow drops and stuff, and he's doing a big leg drop over here all the time and shit. People lose their shit. I
still want the battle damage. I still want the chest that you hit it and rotate. That's what I'm looking
for. Did they redo those?
I thought they redid those as a regular.
They redid, yeah.
That's what I thought that little piece was. That purple thing all the
It
way on
is.
the
That's
left.
what I
It
was
is.
looking
The
at,
top
and I'm like,
pieces.
no, it's
Yeah,
not
but
that.
I don't think it.
It
moved.
isn't.
Yeah.
Just an extra chest piece.
Oh,
a
it's
different,
yeah, but that's what the battle damage piece was.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like. Yep.
It looks like you can change it out. Like it looks like the little bat wing thing.
Yeah, it gets
You can probably
damaged.
swap
Yeah.
that in here and
It's
look like it's hurt. Yeah,
lame-o.
yeah. See right there, there's a scar on it. On the bat.
Oh,
It might be
Anyway.
so. It
Might
might
be
be.
a
It's too
skeleton
cheap.
for it.
It's done. I can't be paying $300 for a toy.
Nope,
My wife would
not
kill
for
me.
just one. All right, let's
Well, I
keep
mean,
moving. I got a few more things.
they're $40 now.
So Transformers dropped this yesterday, I believe. It's a Optimus Prime Bumblebee set. It's like $40, but you get both figures. It's kind of small,
That's actually a good deal.
but it's G1. It's a G1, and they both transform. And I mean, the trailer comes with it as well. It's definitely looks like it's for kids, but it's really cool
I'm
looking.
buying it for my kid for that.
Yeah,
for
yeah, it
Christmas.
looks
I know
great.
he's gonna-
I just spent $40 buying two of those like Beastmaster ones or some shit. I don't know, whatever the hell. We bought two figures when I was in Target, and they're like $20 each now.
Yeah, they're getting ridiculous, dude.
Granted, they were like 2-packs. It was like you got like an animal thing, and then you could wear it as extra. Or I don't know, but still, it's not that bad. It is a little
anyway,
kiddie.
$40. Yeah, it looks like exactly for kids.
Yeah, little cartoonish. There's nothing wrong with that.
Keep moving. Those other Turtles figures, but this is the one that I picked to show. This is from Last Ronin. It's the Ultimate 7-inch Sinjabot. So it comes with a bunch of pieces. This is a NECA. NECA announced a few different Turtles things. Shredder clones, a Wanderer, Michelangelo, but this was a coolest
So this
one
is
that I
not one
thought.
of the Daft Punk guys.
Definitely not Daft Punk.
Okay, just making
Yep.
sure.
Yeah. No,
What
no.
about,
This
what
looks
about
more
Void
like
Rivals? It looks a little Void Rivals to me right
kind
now.
of like RoboCop / Void Rivalish maybe, but yeah, this is not. I can confirm that it's not Daft Punk though.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of cool looking. If you're collecting Last Ronin stuff, this is the way to go.
You got
Yeah,
problems.
these things aren't cheap though either. Not as bad as Mondo, but
Probably like 40 to 50, I'm guessing.
yeah, I think it's like
NECA.
a solid 55 kind of.
Yeah.
I think NECA's
Keep going.
overpriced.
That's what I mean, just a little bit.
So this was earlier today. I actually had several buddies drop this. This was quote unquote a leak, but these are figures that have already been announced to us.
Yeah, how's this leak?
Kingpin from the Hawkeye series and Samuel Jackson from Secret Invasion. And the Build-A-Figure from this set will be a Hydra Stomper.
I thought they were bringing back the plastic.
Damn it, Pete! I knew you were gonna say, "Damn, Pete."
They are, but these were already in production
Yeah, just
before they
relax.
announced that. I would guess
All
we're
right,
not going to get plastic till the end of the year.
I probably wouldn't have been buying these ones anyway. That's all right.
That Hydra Stomper's fucking huge.
Yeah, but we already got a Hydra Stomper, I thought.
We did a full one that you can buy.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I guess this is, whatever. I mean, it's coming.
Hmm.
Along with Agatha, Goliath, and Talos, and Gamora from
a bunch
What
of
if,
characters
so.
you don't want, and then
Did you guys watch Secret Invasion today?
I did not watch it. I wanted to, but didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, I didn't have time. I got home like an hour
Right.
before this.
Yeah.
It's all right. I started getting a little sleepy at the beginning, so I might have to rewatch the first part, but not bad.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, and here we go, especially for Marco here.
Well, I hope it was good because I like Secret Invasion, the comic.
Oh, it wasn't bad. I was just tired. Like it was a long day, and I was trying to sneak it in.
Yeah, that's what I would have had to do, and I didn't do it. I just
What the flying fuck?
a 1-to-1 scaled replica scanned directly from the original pop from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You can get
That's
your
the Covenant
own
Carpenter.
Holy Grail chalice. It's hand painted, limited edition. The edition size will be announced next week, so we don't even know how many there are. But pre-orders are live right now for $400. They're not going to tell us how many they're making until they're done taking pre-orders, I guess.
So they're done taking all the orders on them, yeah.
But you can order it now, and then we'll find out next week how many they will be.
Yeah,
So,
it's limited to how many people want them.
exactly.
But then when that market is filled, do not buy this for investment purposes because the people who wanted one
Already got
bought
it.
one.
So yeah, the Holy Grail chalice.
Who the fuck wants one of these?
I don't know.
If I had a movie prop room, I'd probably want one in there. But I'm not starting a movie prop collection with this one.
This wouldn't be the first one.
Exactly.
This would maybe be the last one.
It'd be nice to mix in. You know, if you had a whole bunch of stuff.
Would it? Would it though?
Yeah. And you go, what's this? What's the Holy Grail?
Okay, if they have to ask what it is, it's not fucking worth it, dude.
It'll have this little sign on it, tell you what it is, probably.
Yeah.
And just in case anybody needs to
Pete.
know, Iron Studios is putting out
Pete.
a Gerald
Jesus.
statue, $180. It's a 110 scale. It will be coming out in Q2 of 2024.
Well, thanks for
available
letting us
now
know. Yeah, thanks for
on
letting
the
us
Iron
know.
Studios website.
Yeah,
real quick.
Thanks for letting us. Do you think like most of these people just because it's so? Do you think they've figured out like, hey, if we can get these suckers to buy shit like a year and a half in advance, like they'll forget they even fucking spent the money so we can roll something else out? I mean, is that how these people buy shit? Like they're like, oh well, yeah, it's gone. Like, I mean, if I had something,
we're gonna sell it to you now, right before the show's about to come out, and this will be his last bit. By the time you get this thing, he's not gonna be on the show anymore. You won't care, and we don't even know if they're gonna continue.
We can send you some other shit. Yeah, but like, I guess
they'll eventually make this and send it. But like you said, they're promoting it while the show is being promoted. So
yeah, but like even like it's slow right now. There's nothing going on. So if you can sell them something now,
hey,
then people will forget. That
blame Star Wars.
Well, because also too, like they won't have a ton of shit in front of them, right? So it's like, oh man, I need more fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Blame Star Wars.
Why?
We don't have anything ready on hand to sell it with the fervor. So
no. Yeah, no, I get that. But what I'm
later.
saying is like to the effect of like they don't have shit in front of them. So like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I want to buy one, but then they don't have shit in front of them. So then the next time they get a paycheck, they're like, well, shit, I still don't have anything, so I should buy something else. Like, I just don't understand the mindset behind people fucking buying horse shit like this.
I don't know. They like collecting things.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I know I wasn't gonna do it, but then then I kind of saw
May on fucking ramen.
I saw this thing that just kind of it's premiering soon, so I had to throw this in there. It's all based on one thing, so
all based on okay.
All based on one thing. This is all
oh Jesus
for Rogers the Musical. That will be opening on June 30th at Disney California Adventure.
Please no.
It's for a limited time only.
Snacks. We got snacks now.
And they have snacks to go with it, only available at the park. First up is a pastrami pretzel dog, which is at a place called Award Wieners. An all-beef hot dog topped with pastrami, whole grain mustard, provolone sauerkraut, and Thousand Island dressing.
If they can keep that dressing inside the goddamn sandwich, I'm in. I don't like when they start dripping it on the outside.
Hey, you know what? You know what's something that's not going to be kept inside? Your bowels if you eat that shit.
Yeah,
that's diarrhea on a plate.
Hot dog with pastrami.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I do love pastrami.
Yeah, pastrami is amazing.
Yeah. Jerky.
Is that on a pretzel bun? What? Yeah,
it looks like a pretzel bun. Yeah,
pretzel
right?
bun too.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
Where's AOA?
Yeah, where is AOA? Right.
I don't know.
I haven't seen him at all. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. There was another hot dog, a wrapped spicy dog, and these will be. Go ahead.
All they're doing is selling fucking hot dogs.
Well, the first two happen to be. Yeah, it's America.
America.
Yeah. Rogers the Musical. A wrapped spicy dog that would be available at the outdoor. That was at a specific restaurant. This one will be at the various carts around the park. It's a hot link wrapped in pizza dough, topped with everything bagel seasoning.
No, that's too much.
Yeah, I have no interest in this one
at
all.
Too much seasoning, like going in.
I'm saying it just seems like it's too much bullshit in both of these.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not against hot dogs. I'm not against hot dogs. I'm not against pastrami. I'm definitely not against pretzel rolls. But
that first one, I'm in. Shit. I'm in to try that.
No, I'm not into that.
Too much going on. I don't need all the everything bagel seasonings and then a hot link inside, and then you expect me to dip it in a cheese thing. I don't know. That I'd feel bad about afterwards. Mostly because I probably bought it from my cart.
God,
And what's more American than a sausage and pepperoni wrap at Shawarma Palace?
Which shawarma?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I want it.
but I want it. Italian sausage,
shawarma
pepperoni,
last night.
mozzarella, and pepperoncini, and a garlic parmesan
That's not,
wrap.
it's not fucking shawarma. What the fuck is this?
It's not shawarma. It's not. I don't know what this is, but
This
fuck
is
is
like
this?
Little Caesar shawarma.
Ah.
It's like, hey, we made you a pizza, but instead of tomato sauce, we put nacho cheese on that shit and other weird stuff and shaped it like a Batman emblem.
yeah, pass.
Bon appetit.
So I'm 1 for 3 so far. I'll take the first one, but I don't want
That
the other
said,
two.
So this is like a submarine
this.
sandwich.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a submarine sandwich that they just wrapped.
Yeah,
right?
you read the ingredients. I'm eating it.
And then for some reason they put marinara with that shit.
And you can dip it in marinara. Yeah.
I don't need the dip.
Wait. It's a garlic part. What the fuck? This is
Italian
this
sausage.
They're just
pepperoni,
trying to give you
mozzarella,
diarrhea.
Pepperoncini.
They're like, just add a couple of things. Like they add stuff. You're like, oh, some of this shit sounds good, but then they put it all together, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't need garlic parmesan and then to dip it in marinara.
No, the marinara is too far. I don't care if it's dry.
That's what I'm saying. Same shit. That's what they're doing with all this.
It's a little over the top.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Or a lot over the top.
I don't know what the next one is because it's very tiny on my preview screen.
Yeah,
There's a lot of shit on it. Here we go. Oh,
All right, this next one, we're going dessert now. An apple pizza pie at Terran Treats. Cinnamon sugared fried pizza crust topped with apple and cranberry fillings.
I thought this was a fried
and
eggplant.
cream cheese frosting. So with the dessert, it looks
all
good.
right. That sounds all right. That sounds all right.
Yeah.
I thought it
I
was
would
fried
try it.
eggplant.
Oh, I would not eat it if it was the fried eggplant.
That's why I was like, I don't want this.
I would try this. I would definitely try this. My wife's a dessert. She's a pastry chef. She loves all kinds of desserts, so I would definitely go.
Listen, I'll tell you
go
this.
for this. Yes.
Back in like 98, I ate at a place called Fuddruckers. Have you ever heard of this place before?
I have, yeah.
It had like a bar where you could put all this fucking horse shit on to your burger.
Yep.
I got food poisoning. I have never eaten at a fucking
They also
buffet
give you the metal cup for your milkshake. If you get a milkshake, you
fucking
get the leftovers
gross.
in the metal
Never.
cup.
They had like an outbreak. Never again. And this shit looks like stuff at
You should have gotten the
Fuddruckers, so-
ostrich burger.
Does Fuddruckers even still exist?
I
don't know of any.
It was on, you know
one
what? It was
very
on the
close to
east
me,
side,
so
and I'm fucking trying not to go. To
Yeah,
the
it
east side.
was on Van Dyke and 18 Mile. That's the only one I ever knew.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And then
I don't
they
want
actually
to
made the news. There's a big outbreak of fucking food poisoning at that bitch, and that's the last time I had anything buffet style, bro. If your wedding's buffet style, I just don't eat, and I take half the money back.
I like a good buffet.
All right, these last three I just threw together. A couple of
It looks
drinks.
like veal parmesan.
That's what I said. It looks like eggplant parm.
Hey, what's up, Ruben?
Vanilla shake, wild cherry blue raspberry slush, whipped topping, a Sprite and white cranberry juice with blue raspberry and cherry syrups. Just to make sure you know they're both non-alcoholic. And then the middle one just basically it's a kettle corn with blue caramel corn. So
That don't mean you can't bring in a little vanilla vodka and stir that bitch in.
sure can, but the way they sell it is not alcoholic.
That's why they're telling you that is so that you bring your own airplane bottle. They would tell you that if they didn't want you mixing shit in there. So
you hide the bottle in the whipped cream, and then you just put the straw in, and then it'll blend as you drink.
It's a dropper. Yep.
Yeah, they look good. So I would try one of the
good.
things, so.
That looks actually.
I'm still probably eating that pastrami dog first.
I'm definitely not eating that fucking popcorn, but I might have a dessert. The dessert looks solid.
I think the pastrami and then the fake shawarma is my number 2.
That is not that shit.
Not me. Nope.
Pete,
I'll take the
sausage.
yeah.
It's gonna be
sausage
sick,
and peppers.
dude.
Like you got me. Sausage and peppers. I'm eating. It's a sandwich.
And that is our weekly news.
Hey, BK kind of got it right though. You gotta give it to BK. He is right. That was Dark Lopez's.
No, I didn't see enough Doritos and.
Ring the bell. Oh yeah, there wasn't enough Doritos. You're right. There wasn't enough hot chili Doritos or whatever.
Yeah,
what's
ramen,
that?
tuna, and mayo and Doritos.
So gross.
I have not been to a Disney park since I was probably like 14 years old. However, I've been to Universal multiple times, and I just found out recently that I will be going to Universal this fall as well.
Oh yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights has the Last of Us haunted house.
Ooh.
So we are going in September.
You know what Disney's like when you get the food there. I fucking was talking to the best man at my wedding. I was talking to him. His kid finally graduated from high school the other day. You ever have those little jugs? You ever have one of them? They used to be purple. It used to be a little drink in a barrel. And it used to
With
be
the barrel?
purple.
Yeah, they still got them.
All right. Go open one of those fuckers. And when you do, it's so much sugar in there, it fucking burns like your nostril hairs. That's pretty much
little barrel drinks. You have to peel the foil
yeah. Try one of those nowadays. Try one of those nowadays. It's almost like TD Treat. Like you drink that shit, you're just burnt. The sugar is fucking burning.
What the fuck is juice?
Yeah,
grape drink.
It's great. It's drink. It's all orange drink, red drink, grape drink.
What's apple juice? I don't have to drink. It's green.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about your wife, but I'm glad you guys love Disney. Disney's good. The food there is just not.
Hey, we're going. Well, he's sleeping now. Yeah, we're still.
I just wish they had some stuff that wasn't overseas. Like I'm talking not overseasoned, like using good spices. I'm talking like
just oversalted,
oversugared. Like, dude, can we substitute some flavors into it instead of sugar and salt? But
they get the salt, so you got to buy the drink.
Yeah, it's like a person who, when you get food, before you cook food, present it to them, and before you even put the plate down, they're like, "Hey, you got salt?" Like,
Did you taste it first?
Did you? Did you? Yeah, I put the shit on already. You don't need no more salt. I put the salt on for you. That's how it goes. Did I? No, because I don't want everything tasting like a salt lick, motherfucker. No, I don't have salt.
That's what I always check. I'm just like, wait, did you put anything on the veggies yet? No. All right, then.
Do you have salt? Yeah, I do. You know where it is? In the seasoning cabinet.
It's already in. It's in the food. Try it.
That's where it stays. It doesn't come out on the table. Put salt on my fucking.
It's funny because I don't think of when I think of going to a theme park. I don't think about the food, but this is recent, like for me to be able to read all the special stuff that Disney does and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds
cool. Like I mean, Dub, because I think we both cook a lot from scratch. So once you start, it's a different we got COVID there anyways. But besides that, even after that. It was like nobody's bowels in the household were doing well for like a week after.
Nobody's bowels.
It was just fucking horrible, dude.
But
kids are constipated. It was just nonsense.
Like I told you, we're gonna go to Universal in Orlando this fall, and as soon as we talked about going, my wife's like, "Oh, we're booking the tickets whenever we're going." It's like, "Oh, remember last time we went at the Stranger Things? They had the icy drink for Stranger Things, and it was maple." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I wonder what they're gonna have for Last of Us. I can't wait to try it." That's the first thing she's thinking about. What are they gonna have there, to eat and stuff?
Last time I went to Universal, there was a place. It wasn't on campus. It was where it was on our hotel. But the bartender was trying stuff out, and at the time, I know mojitos have been around for a while, but it wasn't a popular drink at most restaurants at the time. This was 2011, I want to say, around this time. The bartender's like, "Let me try something." He gave me a jalapeno mojito.
Yeah,
it was delicious.
Yeah, I mean,
surprisingly delicious.
I see what Timothy says too. But what is it called? What's the one place in Disney where they got all the shopping centers and everything?
Is it called the mall?
No, it is.
Disney
it's a whole area. Springs.
Springs.
There is some places in the Springs where
Morimoto's restaurant is there.
Yeah. So that's where we went. No, wait. Yeah, that is where we went.
That's Morimoto's,
because it had did it have pho there? It had something. I can't remember what it was.
No, it's
short
Japanese.
Ribs. Do you have short ribs?
Probably.
Yeah, he had short ribs.
I've never eaten there, so I don't know. We were supposed to.
So we actually went there because it was we couldn't eat we'd gotten the meal plan and we just were like, "Yo, dude, we can't do this. We can't do it again. We just can't." So we went to.
They don't do that right now. It's coming back, but the meal plans are not in effect right now.
Apparently,
it's called Downtown Disney.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was called the Springs, but whatever.
I thought so too. But
I thought it's. I thought it was the Springs. I was just looking at it.
Yeah, but and Morimoto's place isn't big, right? It's small.
It's around this little lake thing. You can take
that's it. That's it.
Thing.
So they got little stuff there that you can if the food ain't right. And I'm not saying look, dude, Lopez goes to Disney. The food plan's good for him. that shit he'll be putting. I'm not knocking. I mean, I am knocking what he eats because it's fucking disgusting.
Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, you go to the Springs.
Yeah, it might have been called.
No, Pleasure Island. Yeah. It was. Yeah, Disney. But you get like if you need a break from, but like our friends. So Shannon, who used to be on the Dark Side show every once in a while. Like him and his wife, they're huge Harry Potter and Star Wars people. They kept going like same thing. Like we had one of them butter beers.
Harry Potter's good at Universal.
No, the fuck out of here. We had to share. We had to share that.
Nice little park.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it's way too. They're like, yeah, we'll drink like 2 or 3. I'm like, how the? First off, it's hot as fuck outside. Like it's Florida. Florida ain't nothing to fuck with.
Well,
it's gators and sweat, huh?
Depends when you go.
It's always muggy.
I know it's always bad, but it's not.
It's muggy as well. Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, you go July and August. Yeah, you're planning. You're deciding your own fate by doing that. You go in September, October. You go in like March, February, or March, April. Like it's not as bad.
That is 100% correct. I lived in Florida for almost 3 years, and you cannot step out. I would take a shower.
It's all
ready to go to work. I would step outside to walk to my car. I was dripping in sweat.
Swamp ass. It's swamp ass.
It's anywhere between like March to like September.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Yeah.
We went. Well, we went and fucking because when did they shut it down? February. So we went in like end of January when they shut down the whole country because of COVID. We caught.
Oh yeah, February or so.
It was like March.
Yeah,
March. So we went right before that because when we came back and we had like 2 weeks or a week and a half. And
it was like a Timberwolves game, right? That was like the first thing. It was like, you know what? We're out.
Yeah.
Wait, NBA canceled the game. Okay, we're shutting everything down.
Everything else. Yeah, that's it. Shutting it down. Shut down the whole
but yeah, no, I mean, it's just like that stuff wasn't for us. I'm telling you, the one in Springs is good. I understand there is a lot of like up end. Yeah, there's a lot. We didn't buy shit down there. The only thing we did was eat down there because we needed. If you don't know the Disney diet for 99% of the places you go to, if you're in the park, it's how much sugar and salt can we pump down in you in the park. So.
Yeah, well, they want to keep you moving.
Okay. In the defense, we also had COVID at not knowing it because nobody knew what COVID was. We had COVID there, so we were sweating like the pictures. We looked like ghosts, and we had swamp ass. And I just thought it was Florida, and I thought I thought just some Floridian had coughed on us, and we got some weird Floridian like mosquito thing or something.
Swamp disease.
Swamp disease. You never know.
We got some gator bait.
You go to the Panhandle sometime. Go in the Panhandle sometime.
Okay.
Just start driving around, and once you start seeing those weeping willows and stuff, and the tin roofs.
Drove through there. No, we went from New Orleans all the way across as far as we could go east. My cousin and I were driving across country, and I was driving her back from Cali. And once we left New Orleans, we made sure we had a full tank of gas. 2 brown guys driving across that Panhandle. We didn't want to stop. We didn't want to slow down. We didn't want to get gas. We didn't want to do nothing. We just made sure we got all the way across. We didn't stop till we got to Tampa, and then we finally like, okay, we can go get some gas.
So
my buddy, the point where you were worried about people mistaking you for Mexican to the point where they mistook you for Cubans. That's kind of what you're
and it was at nighttime.
Just because you were right. Being brown myself, I've been mistaken for everything.
Oh yeah, my buddy, which part of the country I'm in is what my ethnicity will.
So the guy we were just telling this story too. It's funny we're mentioning this because the guy that was best man. He was in the service, and we had to go down there to find a place for his family because there's a base in the Panhandle. And we went down there, and the place, like, we went to where you were driving through, and we went there going in at night as the sun's going down. And the house supposedly that we were renting, we ended up having to get Jags involved, was like animals had gotten to it, and like it's tin roof town. But I will say this, I mean, with everything bad, there's something good. There was this little oyster place you pull up to. There's a guy, he's only got like he's got these fingers. Wait, which ones? It was this one and this one because he could put it there and then chuck it because the other ones got eaten out by an alligator. So he like just had nubs. Couldn't count too well. So like if you add a dozen oysters, it was like $3 for a dozen oysters, and they were fresh because trucks would come in with them all the time. And he would give you, he just shot till he felt like sometimes you get 12, sometimes you get 16. I mean, count was his time, but this place was fucking dope. The place is dope. I mean, it was dope. I mean, it was good. So don't judge everything by its cover just because it's shitty and most of it's properly what you said, Dub. You can find a good oyster shack every once in a while. Better than food in fucking Disney World. All right, what are we doing? Let's get out of here.
What do you want to do next?
We could go over comics. That's why everybody's
We can do the
like
comics.
All right. So since everybody's been asking us every once a month to do Saga, we waited till like the second to last issue of this run to do it. 65. How you doing? But it's also because Lion Cat.
This is the second to last issue of this run.
Lion Cat. Lion Cat. Yes. Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, hey, Joe, this is you got to also remember this is a long time. This is when first off, if
he was shucking oysters, holding it with his teeth.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like me and this dude are out there like scoping out houses and we have to get Jags involved in the situation, like think about where we were in our lives, dude. Not exactly when I'm on the up and up and eating at like we were talking about that, and his wife now, who was it might have been his wife at the time. I mean, he's only been married to one person, but she was really young. She's like, why were you guys so broke? Well, we can tell that story later. We got to get into comic reviews. Saga, 65. So,
Timothy, we're going to go
in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the book, man. We're going to talk about the book and what's inside. So give us 2 minutes if you don't want to know what's up.
Eric, I'll text them and see I'll text them and see. 65. No, Lion Cat's not dead.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but no, Lion Cat's not dead. Don't worry.
Hey, this is the problem. Everybody wants us to tell them about this book, and then everybody's but I'm not caught up yet. So we're gonna catch up a little bit if you haven't. Maybe we won't. So the mom does the whole thing. Whenever it says, "Hey, we gotta move." Spoiler alert: if you know Saga, something's gonna happen in this book. Whenever they say we gotta go, something always happens. Somebody dies. Okay, it's fucking 60 whatever. It's 65. If you don't know that that's the starting line for everything when somebody dies, somebody's gonna die here. It was not Lion Cat, and I'm not lying to you. Not lying. So we're chilling with my man. Either now he's Brobot, right? He used to be Squire, but now he's Brobot.
No, they still call him Squire too.
Yeah, they call him both. But he
call him Squire, call him Brobot, and
he could form the cannon and shoot it. So if backstory, the guy that's got the flames, some lady told these two kids. Yeah, they told these two kids that they could bring back their dads, but they had to steal some worm shit. And this guy's like a constable, and he's like, "Hey, dude, don't." She pulled that trick on me too. Don't do it. And he's like, "Man, I'm gonna shoot you." And she's like, "Don't do it." And then he shot at him and almost hit him. And the guy's like, "Oh fuck!" And then she pulled out the wings and flew, and now they're screwed because, well, now people know who they are. But in the meantime, I want to cut from there because they always do the back and forth.
Yeah, back and
Saga. So we get the story of the Will, and we get the story of Lion Cat, and we get the story of Gwen, and we get the story of Sophia, right? So no, Sophia's the other one. Yeah, it's Sophia. Sophia's the one.
You got Baldy, the cat, kid. And the ram.
Well, Will's Baldy. Yeah. And then we got the can't remember what. I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, she comes in. She's trying to kill the Will because of Robot 5. All of a sudden, Gwen's like, "Yo, dude, don't do that." And she goes and she tries to shoot her, but then they open up, and this chick is like just killing it. Yeah, just dropping it. So now the Will's on the ground. Gwen's on the ground. Will pulls out his dagger, whips like, "Well, what up?" Stabbing her. And then she goes, "Oh, that ain't shit." And she sets that thing on fire with her spells. And all of a sudden, Gwen's waking up. And she's like, "Oh, shit, Will's on fire." And then turns around with her little super Skeletor bow and shoots it.
Yeah, that Skeletor bow was pretty badass.
Badass. She got it from her mom's house in the last episode, if you read the books. If you don't, whatever. And then Sophia, the girl that would remember Will saved her from the sex shop pretty much. So, yeah, she's all grown up.
Like live action Marcy from the
So she's been trying to do the thing. So she does it. She's like, "Cool, I got it." And Gwen's like, "Damn it, no." And she's like, "No, what?" Her nose starts bleeding. And Gwen knows that that's a poisonous thing. And then the Will's like, "Holy shit." And yeah, I mean, the Will's back alive. So I don't know. I don't think Sophia's going to be dead forever because you can bring the Will back. I think the Will's going to sacrifice himself to bring her back. But
I don't know. Lion Cat was like lying, was like lying. And he's like, "She'll be all right." Lying.
Yeah, but if you recall, if you read Saga, the Will died, and then his sister sacrificed herself to bring the Will back. So he knows how to do it. Is all I'm saying.
So you think Marcy's coming back?
Who?
She reminded me of Marcy from the Peanuts. Sir.
No, her name's Sophia. Get
I
out
know.
of here.
Well, I'm just saying with the glasses, the whole not anyway.
Back to the main story. So like
Peppermint Patty's little sidekick.
Robot's like, yo, dude, I could have saved our dads or whatever. She's like, dude, you killed that little giant thing, and now you almost killed some dude, and now everybody knows who you are. Pow! Punches him in the face. Like, oh, sorry. My cousin's like, hey, listen, you know, where were you kids at? I got it. We got to go. We got to run. What's up? He's like, oh, dude, I screwed it all up. And she's like, you sound like somebody like your dad. She meant not Miko because Miko wasn't her dad, but actually like Prince, Robot.
Mm-hmm.
So because he kind of does. And then she's like, no, let's go. You guys got to run. Yeah. So let's start running. And they run on to the Turkish beaver guy. And he's like, okay, you're the head of security. Get into a room. And they're like, sweet, we got a room. And
room 65 down the hall on the left.
Yeah, Sophia's like, damn, we're dead. And then Brian K. Vaughan said some shit like, you know, at least there's one more book after this before the story ends. And then hopefully we'll come back with more. I don't know if they will, because I was actually looking at like where Saga has been read lately and stuff like that. And maybe if they make it up in TPBs, which hopefully is the case, but it does look like readership on Saga is getting lower and lower. So please, if you like Saga and you want to continue, please buy Saga. At least buy it. Okay.
Yeah. Buy it and eventually read it like I did.
Yeah. Next up, Edge of Spider-Verse has 2 stories. I probably should have did Kid Spider-Verse. The only reason I did is somebody's like,
stories?
There wasn't much of fucking any stories. Spider Smasher and Spider Boy. So here you go, Spider Boy.
The tale we've all been waiting for, on the edge of our seats for months.
The sad part is I like Dan Slott sometimes, and I like Ramos sometimes, a lot of times. And wow, this was. Can I even do so? Spider Boy just is jumping around going, "Yo, hello, New York. Nobody knows me." Blah 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 blah. Well, if I go back to my regular human being thing, maybe people know me. Oh, my phone doesn't work because they're back from the like Edge of Spider-Verse and the whole totem thing and shit like that. So he says hi to May. May's like, "Bitch, I don't know you." The kid's gone.
Well, she didn't say it like that.
He tries to go to the food shelter. They're like, "Bitch, I don't know you either." So then he runs out there and he starts having vision. He's like, "Oh, I gotta save this girl."
The Mr. Negatives guys. I fight you guys 6 times a week.
Yeah, he's like, "Y'all know me," and they're like, "No, we don't know you either." And this girl looks completely different than a Spider Vision. Looks like 10 times older, but whatever. And then finally, she's like, "Oh, thanks for saving me." He goes, "Yeah, cool." He's like, "Well,
dude, he's only 10.
My name is Bailey Briggs," and she's like, "Cool. I'll take you to the shelter now." The shelter's like, "Cool, we know this guy, but we don't really know him." There was another Bailey Briggs that Don Slott did. This lovely dude with this sweet mustache, this little caterpillar on his fucking lip, who ended up dying. And
he was a ghost.
Well, he became a ghost.
Yeah, he became a ghost.
He became a ghost, and then some other dumb shit that She-Hulk run was not good. That wasn't exactly Slott's best work.
That book has been selling.
Has it really?
Yo, fuck it.
Of course I have.
For what?
Because he's got the same name. We have a Madeline Pryor situation.
I think it's just Dan Slott being fucking lazy, dude. All right, well, there you go. Now you know that the book's selling too. So good luck with that. The other half of the story, God, that was
it's like $30.
By the way, that was a shit ass backstory. By the way, because it really wasn't even a backstory.
It's not really a backstory. It was just
him going places. Him going places. People going, nah, no fucking clue who you are. Cool.
Yeah, we already knew that. Like, you gave a shit, except you told us his name was the name of an old dude who was a ghost. But he can't be him.
Then we fast forward to Miles' place, and Miles is like, sister's there, and she's like, "Oh, cool. Oh, and Miles is here." And then she's like eating at a table with dead people, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then she's like, "Oh, I'm going to fight all these people." And
Cardiac shows up.
Yeah, I thought that was cool though. I'll be honest with you. I was like, "Oh shit, Cardiac is going to be stupid." But then Cardiac explains what's going on. He's like, "Yeah." He's like Kingpin.
It wasn't until he did this when he was flying off on a goddamn Falcon lightning.
Bro, I thought they were just talking shit about how corny this was in there. Because she's like, "Yeah, I didn't even get bit by a spider. I just used the twerps because it's fucking cool and everybody thinks spiders are cool." Like, I thought this was kind of like a shit on themselves joke type thing. So I thought it was cool. Kingpin's thin. He's eating a bunch of shit. And they're like, "Oh, you need a lot more carbs to get fat." He's like, "Oh, shoot him! I stole all these fucking medicines and shit." And then he almost chokes her the hell out, which is kind of dope. But then Cardiac whams him.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm not really a fan of Doctor Squatch.
"Yeah, I know. I thought this kind of stupid." And then he sets the whole place on fire. But then Cardiac's like, "Yo, I can just get in the system and fucking put out the fire so all the medicine doesn't burn." And then Storm Black Cat goes, "Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, this is my brother. He needs medicine. He looks like a 50-year-old because he's got gray hair on the side of his head, but he's not really." And then your brother would have been proud. And she's like, "Oh, cool. The end." I don't think it's the end, but hopefully it's the end.
Well, it's just the end of that story, I guess.
All right. Usually we go with Nightwing because it's at least I didn't buy a case
Before
of
you
that
go, I will give them credit for trying something different.
shit. At Nightwing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
The
all right.
first perspective thing. I'll give them
Can I
credit
say something?
for trying it.
Can I say something? Because now you mentioned that other book is selling for $30, which I find hysterical. Because like when I was looking in the spectrums of
We'll
this
talk about
book-
it tomorrow when I do my top 10 and 10.
Okay, no. But when I was looking for this book to see where this book ranked,
Right.
because ranked this week, like as far as like read copies, bought, like not like bought over the internet, like reader copies.
Bleeding
Right.
Cool told everybody 3 days ago.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, in general, the series as a whole isn't in the top. Like the week it comes out, the series as a whole isn't in the top 10 Marvel books.
No,
And
I
this
get
book-
that. I get that. What I'm saying is, once you get an article that goes and spills the beans, then people start, hey, I'm going to go buy up every copy of that shit book that might be.
Even with that, I understand that. But even with that, I'm telling you, like, fucking Scarlet Witch Annual this week, more of that shit sold.
Yeah, somebody
like,
told me it had something to do with the Dark Book or something.
the Darkhold, but she's been doing okay comparative anyways. Let's get back off of it. I know,
I'm just saying, because I
so the book as a whole, I don't know who's reading that, because at the end I was like, okay, but who's, like, I know who Nightwing is directed at. Nightwing is directed at the most of our audience that watch this show, and dudes that like childhood humor. Like, I get this. It's a bunch of dick jokes and crotch shots. Like, I understand that. I just don't understand who that series is tailored to. All right, here we go. So Nightwing's all first person. He wakes up next to Batgirl. Then his sister's yelling at him, and he's like, "Oh shit, let's get going. This is gonna be a whole first person thing." And they bring up that the villains at this time are Double Dare. So you already knew this was going to be definitely another Nightwing thing, because if you know Double Dare, their newer version, Nightwing Volume 4, number 68, you get them there with the Lazarus Pit, but their original version was the 99 version. Nightwing Volume 2, number 32. What a awesomely terrible cover. But they always seem to have their legs and dick. They have dick in the crotch all the time.
Yeah, as Marcus is trying to help me out with my dollar bin digging picks for the week.
Yeah, dick in the crotch all the time. Just he's always like getting bent in their crotch.
That's what you do when that's your name.
Yeah, I mean all the time. So they then decide to do this first person thing so they can make more jokes, because all they do is ass shots and put it in the whole jokes, as you can see from these panels. Furthermore, more ass shots, but then they find one of the sisters and they lock her up and they're like, "What's up?" And then she's got a couple jokes about, like, my sister. Oh, well, first off, the reason why they're going after these two sisters is one, there's a mosquito outbreak and they need a vaccine.
They stole a vaccine for some country who wasn't willing to pay the price for the vaccine.
Yeah. One of them injected
one
himself.
of the sisters got captured and
got the wrong one. Yeah, blah blah blah. So then they decide to switch up, and then they make a joke about, like, "Hey, do you want to role play in bed later?" And then a big pink rocket comes blowing through the hole.
a big pink rocket.
Yeah, I mean,
roaring through the hole.
Read the book. This is what it says.
I read the book. I don't remember the pink rocket, but I guess.
Well, that's what color it is. I mean, yeah, it's a big pink rocket.
I just didn't read it that way.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this book is just something else. So then they obviously, the guys are there. They wrap up. What's her name? Damn it. Batgirl. They wrap up Batgirl thinking that it's one of the double twins. And it's not. The double twins actually dressed up in tie.
Double
And then they give you a big old fat crotch shot because that's something we needed to see.
Well, it's all shadow. It's not like they gave us detailed Grundle shot.
I don't know. I think they're trying to taint it up. Then we get the like bing, bing, bing. Hey, what the hell is the line here?
Dude, did you see? That's fucking Daryl.
Oh, it was like, hey, Dick, I'm a big fan. Or I'm a big fan of Dick. And it's just, he's like, hey, thanks.
Look at the dudes on the other side. That's Daryl and I think Ryan Howard from The Office.
Oh, that's that's the one dude from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Daryl. That's Craig Robinson.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I saw it when I was reading it.
They make a couple more perverted jokes here. She says about stealing a thing, and they're like, okay, cool, whatever. Next up, he goes to go save his she's just his girlfriend, whatever. Yeah, there's a couple thuds, a couple creaks. I think she makes a joke about him tying her up later. All of a sudden,
broke free. She's like, "I can tie myself back up if you want."
Yeah, I don't think that's what she's doing. I think she's making a reference to later on in bed.
She was, but still.
And then all of a sudden, the loudspeaker's like, "Hey, Mr. Wing, come to the office. We can talk about this instead of stuff getting broken." So he goes in there. He says, "Hey, Mr. Wing," again. It turns out that it's what the hell is this dipshit's name again? He was the one guy, the Bloodheart or whatever his name was.
The Heart something.
Yeah, Heartless. That's who it is. Heartless. So it's the guy who plays Heartless. Nightwing doesn't know who it is. Finally, at the end, he goes, "Hey." They
explicitly tell you that, by the way, in the book.
They do. He keeps saying, "Hey, Nightwing." He says it's not.
No,
it's
Mr.
one word.
Wing.
He keeps calling Mr. Wing, and Dick keeps saying it's one word.
One word.
It's one word.
Mr. Wing, goes, if you would please come.
Hey, yeah. He goes, "Hey, dude." It's like if I called you Mr. Hole as an asshole.
And that's how they
kind of funny. That's how they ended it. So that's pretty good. I liked it. And then she does the whole, we can do chasing and grabbing each other later in this costume. Ha 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 ha. Good stuff. Funny. I mean, I get where it wasn't bad. See, like I get who Saga's directed to. I just don't see those that's Edge of Spider-Verse books. I just don't.
The Edge of Spider-Verse book is just driven towards, hey, let's tell these half-assed stories so we can introduce new Spider characters and get people to buy it based off of the fact that we're going to talk about other Spider characters.
Yeah, I guess.
That's really all they do.
Well, I mean, I thought if maybe it's kind of like how they did the same thing in DC with all the super characters. It's like, I get it, but if they made them like relatable to anybody, there's not much there. Like, there's nothing to relate.
That's secondary. That's not the point. The point is just, what do we need to sell? Let's give the origin for Spider-Boy in this third issue. Really?
Yeah.
They told us months ago, you'll get the origin. Was that an you guys?
That was not an origin story.
Was that an origin story?
No, that was dog shit.
Nope.
That was just more of, nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows who I am. Hey, nobody knows who I am.
And we still don't know who he is.
Exactly. So, do you guys still feel comfortable throwing $50 at his first appearance?
I don't know. I mean, it's already going down.
I'm just saying.
It's like $30 at this point going down.
No, that's
no problem. 50.
Second print. Second
print.
25.
Who the fuck cares? I mean, exactly. I mean, who cares? All right. Cool. Up next of who cares? What do we got next, Pete?
We can do one of three things. We have cards we can open. We have Astronomicon we can look forward to.
Let's look at Astronomicon first.
Or we can do the what do you call it?
We can roll into the hot thing. We can do it to the hot thing. What is it?
It's not gonna be long. None of the segments.
No, this is gonna be long. Let's do the hot thing, then we'll roll into Astronomicon because it kind of plays into this thing with the Spider-Boy thing. Like,
okay, we can do that. I do not have an intro for this segment.
Okay.
So we're not getting an intro for this.
So that made you switch stuff. I can see it now. Well, we could have gone.
Yeah, so we will just roll into it. What should we do for a background, you think?
Doesn't matter.
Let's go with black background.
So good. So this was like this. I've been hearing this more and more, and people have been asking, like, dude, only like the kind of almost like funny business. How is it like some of these books like pre-sell months in advance, supposedly for a certain price, but then like even the day it comes out, like it's not getting the same push? Because remember, for a while there during COVID, we were getting this thing where like if the pre-sale price was high, and I know Pete, you've told me you were hitting on this a lot in your show.
Yeah,
that you do
I have been because I've
the numbers
noticed
and
it
stuff.
because I've been looking at it now.
And I think it's kind of interesting is like during COVID, if the pre-sales were high, the odds of that book coming out and being around the pre-sale price or higher was pretty good. But you had
It
to
was
do the
pretty
math
good.
and look at you had to do the math and look at it, or at least do like an average price. And from what I'm hearing, it's not because people see one sale or a pre-sale for like $600, whatever. I'm using that as an example, and then all of a sudden, it when the day of, it's like a quarter, half the price of it, and like, they're saying it's a hot book, and it's like I don't know if it's a hot book if it's like
that's what I've been talking, and that's the thing. Once you start actually looking into things and tracking it week to week over the last couple of months, as I have been, as you guys know, do the Wednesday watch list. I'm looking into it. I'm going, hey, pre-sales. Hey, it's double ratio. This thing's selling for $50. It's a 1 in 25, $50, $50. And then come Wednesday, and I do the top 10 and 10 on Thursday. I'm like, no fucking copies sold. Since copies actually hit shelves,
yeah,
no one's bought any.
And I think that's where this conversation.
What does that tell you?
It's like I mean, like I get that it's going, but like even back in the day, pre-pandemic, like if you had something that would make like a hot list, let's say, like at least there were the day of, like the Wednesday warring day. Yeah, you might not have the high sale for it, and yeah, sure, they would show you the highest sale or whatever, but there would be like 20, 30 copies the day of selling. And yeah, of course, it'd be people undercutting people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but there would be 20 to 30 selling. Having like 2 or 0 sales.
And that's what we're talking about now. Now we're talking about just literally just like small handfuls. Like that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to think like when I started seeing the market's trend where it was only like 20 books selling, that like the hot book of the day, and like you'd see it on like who was it? Trey used to do a list, and you'd see your book on that or whatever, and it would hit it. And you see that he give you the top price for it. Mind you, there's only one book or maybe 2 that were selling for that much. But 20 or 30 books would sell for $10, $5, $20, even maybe half let by the end. But that's after like 20, 25 sales, right? And that's not the case anymore. Like a pre-sale now is supposedly outselling a fucking a regular day sale. And what I'm saying with pre-sale is like, the
problem with pre-sales is you can't count on any of that shit.
You can't count on it. You can cancel it.
That shit can get canceled like that.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, but dude, it's very easy for people, and I'm not saying this is happening all the time, but we know it happens. It's very easy for somebody to go, oh, cool, you see this book, let's go.
You can do shenanigans.
You can do shenanigans. Tomfoolery and shenanigans can happen really good. And at least people used to try to get you wouldn't see. If that was happening, those books would be excluded. And more now, I think you see like people talking about that book or saying like, look, this thing sold for $300. It's like, wait, that was a pre-sale 4 months ago. And that one of those books now sold for $40. So anyways, we can talk about it more. But
yeah,
Pete, let's get
again, just to want to preface everything as we're doing it. I'm not, again, there's tons of lists out there. Everybody's got top lists. And we got top 10 lists here on this channel itself. I'm not trying to call out, run down anybody's list. That's why I'm not specifically mentioning anyone's list. That's not the point of this. The point is seeing a couple of different trends.
Hey, Pete, no matter what you say, time out. No matter what you say, people are going to be fucking butthurt.
I know.
We started off talking about our list. People are going to hear that. They're going to think they invented fucking comic book fucking whatever.
And
they're going to cry. They're going to start sending text messages to me and calling me, and I'm not going to fucking answer.
And Marta, that's the thing. I get it. If people get butthurt, they can get butthurt. But I'm telling the audience, I'm not trying to make anybody get butthurt. I'm just talking about books because I'm looking at them and this is what I see too.
Sticks. I think some of the I know guys who sell pre-orders. That's not usually how that works. Usually when you see an outlier, and sometimes I'll be honest, I've sold it where the outlier is legit, but like that's the rare.
Even if it is, but that's the point. But that's the thing. It doesn't matter if it is legit or not legit. That's not the point. The point is, when we start getting into this, you'll see the actual volumes. Like we're talking about the difference between 2 and 3, like that. Anyway, all right, let's get into our first book, so we have some context.
Examples. Yeah, context.
So this book, Groot, #1. This is a 1 in 25 incentive for a second print, which yes, I am biased against. Admittedly, I'm just not a fan.
Oh, I think they're stupid.
I'm not a fan of incentives on second prints. It's a goddamn reprint that you're doing incentives on. It doesn't matter what's in the guts of this, but let's put besides the fact that nothing actually happens in Groot #1 that you need to buy to begin with.
And there's tons of copies of Groot #1 sitting around. I mean, like, this is just bad for the comic.
Who cares about the rarity of the second print 1 in 25?
Yeah.
That all notwithstanding. Point being, we can go back 3 months from today. 3 months. This book has sold all of 5 copies on eBay. So if we take in the fact that if we're going to be putting this on a list like this past week, these are the hot books for this week, we take out the books that sold in May, which out of the 5, 3 of these were sold in May. We're left with 2 books that sold last week for this particular 1 in 25 second print incentive. One of which was sold on June 14th, which is still before Wednesday. So it is still technically a pre-sale because copy's not technically on the shelf.
That's an interesting pre-sale. Yeah.
It's not on the shelf. Best offer $175. If you go to eBay, you just see $175. You don't know that this actually only sold for $140 unless you have your methods and ways to find out this actual sale price, because it doesn't even say best offer accepted. It just says $175. So you think this sold for $175, but no, in fact, it only sold for $140. And then you see, apart from that, on June 17th, the only copy, one copy that is sold since it came out, one copy is sold on eBay since this came out last Wednesday. Best offer on $150. You think, ooh, it's probably pretty close. It's only $85.
Oh no, that's because there was like 5 or 6 copies that were offered for $90, and nobody was willing to pay $90. Well, that's why it's over 85.
One that sold.
Yeah.
Since
but somebody saw. But that's no. But
yes, and they paid extra. Because
what I'm telling you is somebody paid extra because they saw a bunch of them up for $90. Went, hey, dude, and this guy's like, yeah, dude, I'll sell it to you for $85 because like nobody's biting on it.
Yeah, because that's what Marco is jumping to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a fuck foolery. Like that's
that's what we're getting at, because yes, apart from the fact that this dropped, if these are real sales, this dropped 40% in 3 days. As Marco is pointing out, the other copies available were $100. So yeah, I'll offer you $85. And that seller was like, I'll take it because there's $100 options out there.
And nobody's buying $100.
And they didn't buy those.
Yeah.
Because they didn't offer best offer on those. Those are straight up buy it for $100. 20 watchers, 14 watchers. A lot of people
because there's people, there's about probably 16 people got this book. And they're trying to see where it will settle so they can try to.
But my question then is posed: is this hot? Yes. Even if that sale was legitimate at $140, and if that other sale is legitimate at $85, I'm not doubting either. I'm not saying.
I think the $85 book is legit. Yeah, I will agree that the $85 is legit.
Even if both are real, that's still 2 sales the week this book came out. It's a 1 in 25. So it's well above ratio in both sales.
Well, it's not rare enough that you can't. It's not rare enough.
Make it hot.
Yeah, it's not rare enough that you can't find it either. Like that's what I'm saying.
Well, there's $100 copies right there if you want it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just posing the question. Does that make it hot? Because this one, I looked at it on the watch list because I wanted to see what would happen. But then come Thursday when I was doing my list, I was like, well, the only copy that sold was that one.
I know you do sticks, but not all.
I can't call this hot. 1 copy sold. Not to say that maybe this is hard to find. Maybe it is rare. I mean, there's a couple copies available, and this is just eBay. Let's not pretend that eBay is the only place.
Yeah.
It's just
but dude, you know that. Hold on. 2 things.
What?
You know that if they sell it on like live sales, they don't use somebody bought for $85. They'll use the first one that pre-saled 3 months ago. And
yeah.
They'll fucking use that all the time. They'll use it in lists. They'll use it. Oh, it's hot because it sold for $200. Which
$175. This is $175. This book's $175.
Yeah.
Look, it sold for $175.
Yeah. I don't know, Dub. You sell comics. You think this thing's hot?
Nope.
Okay.
Based on quantity alone, man. I get a couple sales that were hot.
Too.
Yeah, but there's no quantity for this book, so. I mean, it's got to be a combination of quantity and price to be able to make a book hot. If only 1 or 2 people want it, the book is definitely not hot. if 5 people want it, the book is not hot. It's got to sell in a good enough quantity at a consistent price for it to be hot in my eyes.
And you can't tell me there's only 4 of these fucking books out there.
What
Not
about
for a 1 in 25, no.
Again, last week we had I want to say there was like 4. There was like 4 1 in 25 second prints.
Second prints, yeah, dude.
This was another one.
Those are dog shit.
You running off on us? I'm gonna go pee after this, but Edge of Spider-Verse #1 had a second print, 1 in 25. All right, kind of cool cover. You got this spider. I don't know why it has that many arms, because if you count the legs, then there's too many, and he's no longer a spider, because then he's got 10.
Oh yeah.
But that notwithstanding, 1 in 25 second print incentive variant. Again, pile of copies sold. All of 5. I had 5 listings that sold over the last 3 months. That's all of them that actually sold. But if we want to talk about what sold over the last week, we are then only talking about these 3. $47.49. Buy it now. $23.91 with 5 bids. And $4.99. Buy it now. I looked into that $4.99. And I think it's legit that the seller was selling these for only $5. If that's true, these all sold the same day, which was release day, June 16th. There's an 89% drop between the $47.99 and the $4.99. The reason why I point out the $4.99 one is because that seller, who I'm not sharing who their name is, they sold 4 of them that day.
For $4.99?
They had 4 copies. I have no idea. Like,
what?
Exactly. Point being, even if we discount that $4.99 sale, we can at least look at the other 2 and say one copy sold for $47.50. The other copy sold at auction for $24. That's also not very,
No.
It doesn't back your play. If you're like, hey, I'm investing in this book, it doesn't make you feel good about what you did. Especially when you factor in the point that, yes, if you wanted to go shopping, there are copies available. And all the available copies are looking for about $45 to $50. But there's like 20 of them available. So if we're talking about a book that came out last Wednesday, and since last Wednesday, they sold potentially either, if we want to look at it this way, 3 copies or 6 copies. We say that, hey, that $4.99 seller sold all 4 of his for $4.99. They sold 6 copies, but 4 of those 6 sold for $5. Does that mean this book is hot?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I know somebody in the comments going to start yelling at me after the show's over about how.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I'm just asking the question because.
Yeah, again, no, I mean, like, this is like this. I dislike this dumb shit anyways, but like, this is what I'm talking about. Like this, like you, like, because we get this conversation all the time with the people on our channel of like, they're like, yo, dude, that book's worth a lot and it's hot. And you're like, bro, here's the sales.
That's the other thing, was we were talking about this and we were going to bring up that again, apart from the fact that I do.
Well, not even that one. I'm talking about people that are on the shows that like I produce and run. Where I know what
I'm saying. And one of our other shows on the channel, they also had a top 10 list. And one of the books that they had on their top 10 list, I didn't see it, so I couldn't talk about it today.
Oh, don't they do a pump and dump list?
I don't know. All I know is that
they
were talking about Void Rivals, and there's a 1 in 10.
They do like a talk. I think
I couldn't find it.
I don't know what they do because the only thing I saw was the part. What's the name on it? But
yeah, I was trying to watch it, but I couldn't find that sale.
Yeah, I think they do a pump and dump list where they do kind of probably something similar to this, where they go over. But this is also like, I mean, God bless Dom, but all the time.
This is only one question I have.
How many times does he tell us something's hot, and we go, dude, we Dom, what you paid, we can find that book. We can find 30 copies of that book right now. Even if you had to order online for less than you paid.
Again, this is only one angle of it. So this is one. Again, I'm not trying to pick on any one list or anything. I'm sure you guys can go through the hot 10 list. You're like, hey, look at your point. I'm not trying to pick on any one list. This is just one angle that I'm looking at. Is the fact that some of these very few sales equating to hotness based off of pre-sales.
Jeffrey, new character then.
Because apart from that, we can also look at some other lists where Some apps might put out some lists, and then some other YouTube shows might be talking about said lists. And they'll talk about a book like this and be like, hey,
They didn't
Spider-Punk
cancel-
#2.
They didn't
up
cancel
like
Spider-Punk after number
300%
one?
since last week's sales. Like, oh boy, volume. But does that matter? Like, if you're talking about the book selling for, yes, highs of like $15 potentially, but by and large, most of the sales are like $6 and $5, which is pretty much cover price. Does it matter how many copies sold? Honestly, like, we don't track LCS sales, like how many copies were picked up on that Wednesday when they grab it off the shelf. So who cares if you buy this off of eBay 3 months later and pay cover price for it? Does that mean it's hot all of a sudden? I'm just asking the question.
If you're buying it 3 months later at cover price, is it hot?
Especially when you factor in that if I wanted to buy one today, even after last week's, last week's heat, all those sales last week, I can still buy this thing for $3.99, or $3.55 and get myself 3 covers for the same book for $3.55.
Wow.
And there are over 100 listings. Is this hot?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, we're going to go into what do you mean by hot?
And that's
Right?
kind of why I
That's the
posed the
question.
question, because
Yeah.
even doing my own show, I try to figure out what means anything.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, like,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Like, what do you mean by hot? Like,
Well-
so is it going to be like, are you making money on the book, or are you doing it because you think it's worth a lot because it's in your collection? Are you? Yeah.
Dub. This book's selling for $3.99 on eBay with eBay fees. You're pretty much you're selling it for less than $1.
Yeah, I mean, you're not making any money on it unless you.
No.
Well, but then everybody has
No,
a different
with
business
all
model.
no, yeah, everybody's got different. Well, if you're fucking Midtown, then yeah, you're making $1 and change on it. But like, if you're Tom Dom's LCS shitball on the corner, you're making 23 something like that. You're not making a lot.
No, I'm just, again, posing the question because, again, in doing my own list, yes, I'm looking for volume of sales. It's because different places will offer you different things. Like their hot 10.
I do like the
might be based
scroll
off of
cover though.
price
That looks
increases. They might be doing their list based off of volume of sales.
Yeah.
I just try to pick things that are interesting. I don't even list and number the 10 books that I give you.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't number them. I don't tell you what
100
number one
books.
is.
100 books doesn't seem 100 plus books available. 30 books to be sold for a newer book. That doesn't seem too hot. I mean, I think any local LCS would sell more than that of the book. So no, that doesn't seem.
Well,
hot.
how about this? Because we got news that the Authority's going to show up in a Superman movie. So, is this Superman and the Authority #1 from DC now hot? Once again, it's selling for cover price and less. $2, $3.59, $4.99, $4.99, $4.99. That's by and large the sales.
Really, the story's that bad.
Available copies, they're still available for $4.99, $4.29, $2 if you want to go and buy the other cover. That's not the cover that's shown on set.
Was this a cover that was shown on an app or something?
Yes, on
so it was on an app. So then
the app that you might be looking at is showing you the one cover. So that one's twice as much as the other options you might have for the same reason.
I wonder when it's sold. Like if it's sold after, if they're saying it's hot and then sells.
Well, these are available now.
Oh.
These are now the available copies I'm showing you because the ones that were sold are still the same prices, $2 and $5. But
That's
if
what
you
I'm
wanted
saying.
to buy
Well,
one,
Sarth, I don't know who it's hot from.
That is the question right there.
But who? But these, I mean, if it's readily available, honestly, like from a seller's perspective, if it's a cover price book on eBay and you're selling it for cover price,
here, explain it to him. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of volume. Like, I mean, a lot of volume. So if you're Timmy selling one copy because 10 copies sold for cover, like that's not really hot. I mean, how much are you make? I mean, how much are you making? Because you didn't order one copy, right? you know, like the guys who have an eBay store and are selling like 30 copies because they got regulars who send orders and everything else, and then they sell one copy on eBay for cover price. Yeah, dude, they got a discount. They did that, but like for sellers, like I mean, a lot of these things tell you to go flip stuff and stuff. If you're going to try to flip this, what's the best you're getting this book at? What is the best is you as a quote unquote seller / flipper are you getting this book for? If you have a account, you're getting what, a 30% discount, which is almost the same account that you're going to be paying taxes on. And if you're not, and you're going to an LCS, what's the best you're getting? A 10 to 15% discount with a bag and board included. You know what I mean? So what are you making on this? And you're only selling one copy. How many copies are you buying? Because you know when you go into your LCS, you see a bunch of people copying it. God forbid you're buying this shit on eBay and then trying to sell it again. Because if that's the case, you're losing money. I just had to have a conversation with somebody else about this. I'm like, dude, you can't say, oh, I bought all these books, I sold these books and made $150 when you're still $300 in the fucking hole. You didn't make anything. You lost $300. And that's, I think, what we're saying. As a buyer or collector, is it hot? Well, if there's still 150 plus available just on what people, I mean, you got to think about how many people aren't even listing this fucking book because they don't care enough because it's not enough money to list the books. So like, I think on both ends, it's not worth it.
Well, I think that people misuse these lists. Like the idea is if it's already hot, it's probably too late to buy. Like, and if you want to sell,
yeah, but this shit isn't hot, dude. Who's selling this for $5? Like,
but it's also
it doesn't matter. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't
doesn't
matter how many
matter.
copies sell for this.
If,
might be a new release book.
If your LCS, mid-size LCS, ordered 50 copies of this book, and they sell 50 copies of this book at cover before the following Wednesday that it's going to come out. To them, this book is hot because they sold all their copies and they're going to try to get more, right? Because they paid whatever they paid for it and they're selling it at cover. They're happy with whatever they sold.
Right.
So that's a different definition than if, you know.
But let's be real. Oh, hold on. Let's be real. A lot of these hot list things aren't about LCS selling fucking comic books. These are about people going like, this book's hot, pick it up real quickly because you're gonna be able to flip it or you're gonna be able to sell it. Or
and that's my question.
Say next. Yeah, right.
Because this is the point where your LCS, who might have ordered 50 copies of, say, this Superman and the Authority book, they were only able to sell 20, and they got all these copies sitting on their shelf, stuck there for months. Now, all of a sudden, it shows up on a list. People go back to their store and they start grabbing extra copies. And they're like, why are people buying this all of a sudden? And then they start looking and they see it's on a list. And now the LCS pulls them off of the shelf, marks them up, and is like, now I'm going to try to sell these things for $10.
Yeah, but now
I don't want to lose money. But now they're not selling any of the copies anymore because nobody wants to pay $10 for it. They only want to be able to find it for the cover price or the $4 because they feel like they're finding a deal, even though, end of the day, no one is going to make any money off of this book because no one is going to give a shit in 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you that it's kind of funny because we did the Spider-Man origin storybook or whatever. I don't know what that's, but you said like even one of the other books, but like when you look at that book, like it's not, if you're talking about people reading and collecting that book, there's ways to find out what people are reading and collecting. And when I'm telling you this week, that's not even a top 10 seller of Marvel. Top 10 like reading seller of Marvel. So would you consider that a hot book? Is there real demand? Not like people wasting money on like this, but real. No, I wouldn't say that is a hot book. I'd say no.
I get what you're saying. And here, this kind of goes a little off topic from what we're talking about here with the hot book, but just in one of my other chats that I have with the CBSI, you guys know I still write my dollar been digging for CBSI. Terry was talking about. He was sharing this list, Terry Hockness. He's got his own channel, too. You can go check him out. He was sharing this list of all of the top, I think it was top 10 or top 20 graded books over the last, 10 years. The books people submitted. And he's like, are these going to be the books that people will care about down the line in their PCs? And I'm scrolling through the list. So like, all right, you see Ultimate Fallout 4. You see Amazing Spider-Man 4 for Silk. Shit like that. Kanan 1. Etc. Like first man, Batman Who Laughs, and I'm looking at, and you can make an argument. All right, well, people might still care. Then I'm looking at certain books. And I'm like, Batman Damned. Does anybody give a shit about Batman Damned in a couple of years just because you saw? Batman's
Nobody gives a
wiener?
crap about it now.
That's what I'm saying. And then there's another one was Avengers 684, first immortal Hulk. I'm like,
yeah.
it's like that was a storyline. He's still just the Hulk. Like, what's the difference? We've gotten 2 rebooted storylines since that book came out. Who's gonna give a shit?
What about Cosmic Ghost Rider? You think anybody's gonna give? We should do that. That should be our next tier list. Is characters that people think. I mean, this is playing on what we did last week when we're like, are any of these characters going to be given a shit of in a week, right? And now it's like, are these books hot? Because a lot of those books that we looked at were called hot books because they were first appearances. I got one
more too.
Okay. Why? Do you
our last book?
Sick?
Well, because this one I wanted to put out there because this is where a narrative can be built.
I keep saying 150 plus. I keep saying 150 plus. I was like, oh, it's hot because it sold over 150.
No,
not knowing
that
there's
available.
150 available, which means
I didn't track how many sold. I want to say it was well under that, obviously. But no, our next book, this was on a numerous list. I even talked about this book because volume. There's a lot of numbers of copies selling of G.I. Joe and the Transformers 1 because of, apart from Void Rivals, we also had the movie, etc.
I didn't sell my copy of this book. Boo, not hot.
But my point about bringing this book up about as being hot is you can say it's hot due to volumes because I think it's sold a large number of copies over the last week. You could say
this is a 50-cent book, by the way.
Well, I'm just saying you could say, look, there's some high sales. Look, 9 bids for $41. Buy it now for $40 for a fine newsstand.
They're probably saying newsstand.
Yeah, but by and large, $40 will get you all 4 copies. That's the bulk of the list as far as pricing goes on the high side. On the other side of things, copies selling best offer on $7 and around $10. The real story is it's really somewhere in between. It's like 12 to 20 where most of the sales are happening on this
$39.99, but what if they use the 20% off coupon? Are we factoring that in?
But you can build whatever narrative you want off of this information. You could say it's hot based off the volume of sales. You can call it hot because, look, it hit $41. You can point that sale out because it could be, I'm not saying it's not real. It's a sale. It happened. Does that mean all the copies are selling for 40? No.
No, but I think you should be odd. Well, that's the problem. I think problems sometimes. I don't know because I don't know what, Pete, if you didn't tell me about what you did on your list, I wouldn't know about the list because I don't watch the fucking things.
Yeah, it's all right.
But here, I would say this one, if you use an average, which most times when we're doing our data stuff, not that everybody needs to start doing our shit. Yeah, it has volume and average sale. Cool. This is actually a pretty hot book, I guess, because this is a book that we've all bought for a quarter or 50 cents.
Yes. Or so not bought for a quarter or 50 cents.
Or not bought for a quarter or 50 cents. That too. Agreed. So for this book to be selling in this type of way, sure. It's a book that's been around for a very fucking long time.
1986, 87, somewhere in there.
87, I believe. You can find it in a bunch of different ways. And people probably do have this and can pull it out of a box of a run of some other bullshit you didn't buy. So yes, I would say that it's hot.
And there's copies available. Yes, there's some buy it now. It's like $24.
But see, this is where I'm saying, there's some people that are undercutting or they're putting it to auction. This would be I have no problem with this being on a list. And so if I could defend this, I can defend this.
There are still over 150.
I understand. There's going to be a lot more copies coming up from this. I understand that. But
what I'm telling you is available in various prices, in various grades, selling for various amounts.
But this isn't selling for cover the week of and only selling 50 copies.
Exactly. Because to your point,
2 weeks later,
a 50-cent book that you can grab for 50 cents or $1 out of a box. 3 months ago, now you can go and you can sell it for $10. Easy.
Yeah.
You can sell it for $20, maybe.
Right, but that's exactly the point. This is a book that got hot because of something that happened, and you can still go probably find this in a dollar bin digging. Yeah. You could probably find this in a dollar bin somewhere, and then sell it for at least $5 if you were so inclined, or if you had the means to do it.
As opposed to a new release book that came out maybe 4 or 5 months ago that cost you $4 or $5 new, off the shelf.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and it's still selling for $4 to $5.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, this is actually this is good.
This is I get that, but that's why I want to ask the question. I'm not trying to build a narrative here by just picking the books. I just pick some random things to try to see what are we trying to factor in, and I think it was a good conversation.
No, yeah, I mean, I think this. Well, maybe it's fuck it, man. Maybe it's just because we're getting older, I guess. But like, this is what when I first started saying kind of what I saw as a hot book. This is what hot books used to be. Like, this is what hot lists used to be. This is what I mean, this is what we started on when we were selling. We're like these types of things where it was like, yeah, you could get a 50-cent book, it'd be 150. And pre-pandemic is all I'm saying.
So true,
and
Joe.
blew it up.
They're not stormtroopers.
Hey, what's up, Astro?
Thanks, Cosmic One.
They just don't kill.
Yeah. No, that's all I'm saying is like, this is like, we had gotten all those things like,
let's get rid of that. We don't need that.
Weird ass like people doing exclusive variants and all that shit and weird prices coming up. Like, when you saw that type of stuff, I've always said that's kind of sus. And it's kind of sus when you see pre-sales and then the week that the book comes out, there's a handful available and they're not selling for even half of what the pre-sale supposedly sold for. I mean, if you don't know how eBay works, yeah, I mean, 3 months later, we could waste a bunch of time and go back and check those books 3 months later, and I bet you 90% of them got yanked off of the because we've done it before, but we're not going back to do that stuff again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So it is true. Fighting that G.I. Joe and Transformers book in good shape is probably tough because it was in 50 cents and dollar bills.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it is, and I'm willing to bet that's probably you get some of the better books looking that way. I don't know if I pay more for a new sale.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to pay too much of a premium for it, though.
Yeah. But that's still, and it's also fun. Like, I think that takes some of the fun out of it when you go into a store. Like, okay, Spider Boy, that story is horseshit bad. The guys in the chat are saying
don't say it's horseshit bad. We still don't know what it is.
That's why it's horseshit bad. That's why it's horseshit bad. I like Slot. That shit was garbage. And people in the chat have said
the story. You got the first like
people that are reading. Hold on, Pete. People that are reading. Let me finish. That are reading the fucking Spider-Punk books are saying that shit's horrible too. So I mean, at least when we know, like, okay, these books are bad, but we're having this false like this is a hot book. You explain to me why it's hot. If it's just hot because, I mean, we just went through a tier ranking last week of stuff that's been out in the last year of hot new first appearances. And the chat themselves, and I know why I got some of the hate mail I got, because I said the one thing that people don't want to hear. Let's see who fucking paid too much for this dog shit book.
Yeah.
And then we'll have them. Please. I enjoy it. Pete says there's another one for you below. I go as fast as I can. Not really. I look it up and say, oh, that's a funny one. This one at least spelled my shit correctly. But like, I don't know, Cosmic One, if it's gonna sell toys.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna sell toys.
It's awkward. It's creepy. Like, he's not. Who's he gonna sell to?
I still don't know what the story is.
And you have Miles Morales that sells toys to kids already. You know what I mean?
The point is, we still don't know who he is. They kept building it up like, oh shit, we're gonna tell you at Avengers Spider-Verse 3. That's where you get his origin. His origin is nobody knows who we already knew nobody knew who he was. You literally gave me nothing.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Spider-Boy isn't here to stay. This is definitely 100%. That's definitely something that they want to write a narrative around.
But we don't know if it's any good yet.
It's not good.
That's the point. The point is
they literally said
what it is.
BK, literally, your friends in the chat have told you Spider-Punk, which is also going to be around for a very fucking long time, is not good.
It's a boy, Astro. He's a 10-year-old redheaded boy.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't look. I mean, I don't know who reading the book, and I read young kids' books because I have young kids. So I either get them read to me or read them to kids. I have no clue who the fuck that story for. It must be for fucking 35-year-olds that live in their parents' basement because that's the only type of people I don't have interactions with. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to. I don't think I still have it. I think I got rid of it. Yeah,
but I'm saying
I don't have that clip anymore.
But what I'm saying is, what clip?
The Annie Hall one with the little redheaded Woody Allen just smacks his head like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's tough, and I think sometimes well, I'll be honest. I mean, we even do it here sometimes. I think even we struggle for content sometimes, and some of these lists They must really be hurting for whatever. But like, why get mad at us? Like, sorry, I have not the list makers. I'm saying like the people. Like last week, we got some really great feedback, and we had some real shitty. Well, Chad, there you go. Chad digs Spider-Punk.
In the movie, he was cool. You tried reading the comics?
Well, Chad, hey, look. So they're making a whole book just for Chad. I was talking about Spider-Boy, by the way, not Spider-Punk when I said.
No, I know, but we see even blurring the lines between the two.
No, but the chat was talking earlier, and they said that they didn't like Spider-Punk at all. And somebody said they bought number 1, definitely didn't buy number 2.
Yeah, Chad. So the chat earlier was saying
current stuff. He doesn't have a lot of backlog either.
They were saying the current stuff in the chat. We said in our defense we hadn't read it, and the chat spoke up very quickly of their opinions on Spider-Punk. Was not good.
Doyle
rules. Yeah, but I mean, like, so I understand, but like at some point, don't you just go like,
yeah, Astro? He was drawn like the little brother from Jurassic World, but with red hair instead of like a blondish. That's what he looked like to me.
No, BK, I read the book. I read the preceding books. I understand the fucking point.
Yeah, no, he got the proud. Yeah, nobody knows who he is.
I understand. Nobody knows who the fuck he is.
And BK, that's the point. You gave us an origin story where you basically just told us again, nobody knows who he is. We got that part. Now tell us who he is. And they haven't done it yet. So we don't know if it's a good story. We don't know if he's a good character because we literally know nothing.
We know that he looks really weird and creepy at this point. And that when he's in costume, people can't decide if he's a girl or a boy.
He looks like Arcade's kid. That's the best we got for you. He looks like Arcade's kid, and he's named after some ghost dude who showed up in She-Hulk years ago.
This Chad, I think this is Joe repeating to what the chat was talking earlier about Spider-Punk. So, I mean, look, I'm not the
my ass. They keep.
I hate to be shitting on. The only reason we're shitting on Spider-Boy right now is because we read it this week for one of our 3 books. But like,
and we didn't get what we were promised.
No, exactly. And I think it's a valid reason to be upset.
Yep.
And it wasn't like the secondary story was much fucking better. With
God, yeah, that was just insult. Yeah, just salt in the wound at that point. Like, wait, that's all you gave me, and now you're gonna give me this story? Like, that's gonna make it better?
Are you gonna tell me next day he's got Franklin's tennis shoes on? Because if you tell me he's not that love child, it's Tony Stark's and fucking MJ. Jesus, redhead kid from the meme.
Santa Starros.
Gingers ain't got no souls. That kid, is that what you're saying, Zarth?
I'm going off Santa Starros from Wayseeker. That's a tough call because at least Santa Starros gave me a story, maybe a shitty story, but at least a story.
Yeah, I mean, like 1A and 1B of dumps. I mean, yeah. At least Hondo showed up in fucking Santa Starros. So.
But the point for Marvel is they're still going to be able to keep everybody on a line, hoping that this will still turn out all right. Because
isn't that what they're starting to do now? Isn't it? They're just they figured out what people will hype up for them.
Got them on a hook.
Yeah, I think you talked about that before, where like, first cameo, second cameo, third cameo, first origin, more of an origin.
And it's kind of like the never-ending story. Like you got to call it a hot book because you got nothing else to call a hot book, and it falls into the category of whatever. And they're like, "Cool, we're gonna sell more of this to these clowns." And then it's just the never-ending story of like garbage. And then somebody yells at Marco because he's like, "This book is trash. What's it go for now? 99 cents. Hope you didn't pay $50 for it." And then they tell Pete, "I should be fired and castrated for that." So,
yep, you should.
Yeah, no, Brian Wells. I mean, I'd be happy with that. That's a book, Dad. That's what we're saying. Like, that's not.
If you can do it, sell it as quickly as you can.
Yeah, as quickly as you can.
Good job.
But buying a new book for $5 and selling it for $5 does not precede a hot book when it only sold 5 copies. Like, that just ain't it.
And it's still available for $4.
I recoup my costs.
Yeah.
But not really, because it cost me fees to sell it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to worry about that. That doesn't count.
Oh, they don't worry about. No, dude, they never worry about that. No.
Fees? What fees?
Hot book, dude.
I had to sit on this for 4 to 5 months before I can recoup what I got back.
Chad's give it to him. He's holding out for the big bucks, dude.
Ring the bell.
Oh hell. So what do you guys want to do next? Do you want to get into Astronomicon, or do you want to open the
Astronomicon's
card?
gonna be fucking hilarious. Let's get into Astronomicon. Plus, we've got a story. Dub can give us story time.
I got a little story time, right?
He's here, right? He's coming.
We don't have an intro for Astronomicon.
As far as I know.
All right, when we hit it, you can talk about it.
No, I don't have an intro.
Oh
no, keep going.
There's no intro. I mean, what do I got? An Astronomicon intro?
So what happened was the Astronomicon.
Let's
I'm gonna miss both Astronomicons now because not only did our friend
This is
Roger
6.5.
Yeah, I know, but like I have 2 funerals to go to. 2 guys that were good dudes passed away in the last 24 hours. So I will not be going to any Astronomicons. But here we go. Astronomicon 6.5 because 6.0, what happened? People didn't show up to 6.0 or something?
Well, some of the guests that they had canceled, like they had Kevin Smith and other people from his movies. I don't know which ones canceled. I don't know. There was some airline issues at the time happening. Even like Trish Stratus was supposed to be there, but she made a way to get there somehow. Thank you, Trish, because she made it there. And some of the other people did not. So they decided to do another show. Like I think the first one was in March 6.0.
Yeah, I think 6.0 was in March.
Yeah. So like this is what just a few months later that they're having this. It was a big deal for them to have a second show. A few months later, and they're bringing in a whole bunch of people from the Kevin Smith universe. I don't know. I forget what it's called. If it even has a name.
Does it have a name?
I don't.
The Clerk
verse, the Kevin Smith verse.
Dude, I gotta tell you, maybe next year when they do the 6, we got to bring in a bunch of people to go. Astronomicon is it's like because it is ran by.
He really wants to go,
dude. It's ran by fans. It's literally ran by these dudes who are fans of comics and toys, and they we're going to cons, and they're like, well, shit, we can put on con. And their first
you guys, it's like right by you, so it doesn't count. Like, were your feelings? I want to know what somebody who would travel. Like again, if you can convince Matt to go up to this, traveling to go to this,
dude, you got to take pictures. Dump. If you're going, you got to take pictures of the bar. They have an open bar that they start serving alcohol out of at the con.
I'm going for a couple hours on Sunday.
I just need you to take a picture. So, hold on, Burton Manor. Can we pull up what Burton Manor looks like? It's Burton Manor is a wedding hall. It's a wedding hall. They throw this at a wedding hall because they can have a concert and they can serve alcohol at this place.
Wait, the senior apartments or the wedding banquet event hall?
That's Burton. The wedding and banquet.
I'm just telling you what came up. It's like the first thing was a Burton Manor senior apartment.
I know. No, it's not open bar. Like they have bars that are it's like I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't.
All right, we'll see how this works. I'll do this. I'll try to do this quickly.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Burton Manor.
So this is where they have the concert. This is where they have the concert, and this is a professional picture. It doesn't look that nice inside.
At least people are all dressed up. They're ready.
Weddings, corporate events, social events, gallery.
There's no corporate events.
They got a simulator lounge.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
But so that's where they have it. Is that keep going down? So it's not well, dude. This is never what Burton Manor looks
this is the bottom.
like.
So I've never been to Astronomicon, nor have I been to Burton Manor.
Burton Manor's off 96 in Redford, bro.
Okay, it says
You want me to click on these for Burton Manor?
Oh yeah. That shit's like right next to the Safari.
This is the bottom. I can't scroll down anymore.
I want to see
more gallery.
Social events. Gallery and social events.
All right, gallery. Here we go.
That's not bad. That's pretty pictures.
I like the purple. It's
very purple. Keep going now. But so this is where they throw. So it's not like it's not a Knights. It's not a Knights of Columbus. That's kind of more like the picture in the middle.
Oh, there we go. We got some
90s receded 90s lighting, 80s lighting basement panels in there.
Lighting. All right.
Yeah, that's what it really is. I mean, it's really what, and then they've got
And
those
it's
like
carpeted. It's carpeted throughout. That's kind of nice.
It is. It's carpeted throughout.
Better than that concrete. That concrete can
It
be rough
is.
on the knees.
I'm
after
telling
a while.
you, bro. That when you go, so the first year, first 2
We're
years
already done. That's all they want to share.
That's it. They can't show you all the states. But the first 2 years they had it at the what's the one on the east side? Is the Whitney or whatever it is? They had a really
Whitney's in Detroit.
Hey,
No.
look, they give away free wedding dresses.
yeah.
Pay for any wedding dress you
No
want.
doubt,
Heck
dude,
no.
bro. You gotta we gotta take pictures of this place because it.
Oh,
like that's
shit.
not the okay. So that's not the
I'm
actual.
sorry,
floor.
that deal was 2 to 3 years ago, though.
Hold
that's
on.
2020, 2021.
That's not the actual floor. Somebody put that gold tiling down there. It's not. It's all-purpose casino.
Well, that's
casino.
the dance floor. I'm assuming that's probably like the dance floor.
No. That's not in the building. You don't understand what I'm saying. Somebody brought in their own floor. That's not.
No, I get you, but I think they brought it in to dance on.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, they do.
But
all
the first,
kinds of weddings.
Yeah,
no,
they do. Yeah.
Hey, they do it all.
What the hell's the name of that expensive
Wow.
one? What?
They do all kinds of like
Yeah,
they're
look, they're like, hey, we got
multicultural weddings.
No,
We got your Indian Pakistani weddings. We got your Middle Eastern
Bro,
weddings.
I can't wait for you. No, I can't wait for you to go to this place. I can't wait for that. None of this is happening in that place. All right.
Ooh, liquor at corporate events. Liquor them up.
That's a generic picture.
Well, that's it. That's all I got. We got ice bowls.
Best value for your function, guaranteed.
There's no food on this thing. They got bread rolls and bottles of wine. That's all they got for their corporate event.
They have high quality A&B services, but they're free, and they definitely have high speed. I will tell you this. They definitely have their Wi-Fi is legit there.
All right,
generic picture.
Oh,
these are all generic pictures. I don't think any of these pictures is of the actual fucking place.
This looks like a community table at like a hipster restaurant somewhere.
This is not
like a farm to table type place. Like, oh, you could all sit together.
Whoever put together this for them did a hell of a good job because this shit isn't even the place that go to like Google and then take pictures off of Google.
I want to go to the simulator lounge. Ooh, look at this
shit. This is new. Yeah, I never seen this in there.
And this guy's got shotgun here. They're hunting.
We have both type of music, country and western.
Oh, nice, Joe.
Okay, no. So the first,
I love the Blues Brothers reference.
For the first 2 years, they had it at this one place, and it was like glass open doors. There was like a waterfall case cascading down in it. It was like
fancy.
real nice and expensive.
Did they have a chocolate waterfall?
They probably did. The
fondue.
The problem with it was the hotel was attached, and the Juggalos, because the Juggalos love the show.
That's right. I forgot this is the Juggalo convention.
Oh shit! So the first time I go out there, I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, yo, we got tickets for you. We can get in. No big deal. Come on by. I'm like, cool. Astronomicon, never heard of it before. They're like, oh, there's these guys, Twisted. I was like, yeah, I don't know who Twisted is. I'll go, whatever. And I go in.
We don't need the Burton Lounge anymore.
It's a snowstorm. When I'm saying snowstorm, I started driving there. It's where they used to have it was a good 45 minutes away from me. It took me an hour and a half to get there, and there ended up being 1.5 feet of snow by the time I got there. Started off with no snow. I'm like, Jesus. The doors open up, and like when it's cold outside, you get low dent. It's glass doors. What the heck was it called? The Windade or something? Whatever it was. Is nice, beautiful building. You see a like waterfall on the inside. The doors open, and just cloud of smoke comes out. But it's you don't like cold weather, warm weather, cold weather. It just sits there like this.
It's just vape cloud or like real smoke.
Oh, it's weed. It's fucking weed. You walk in, and there's a corporate event going on, like those pictures, and you just see these fuckers going like, what the fuck? And you just see juggalos everywhere. And I turned to my bud, and I was like, is this a fucking joke? He's like, no. Don't you know who Twisted is? They're like juggalos. I was like, and they throw on a Comic-Con, and they explained who the dudes were, and I was like, oh, no, I know them like non-juggalo-y. So like, I was like, yeah, no, they're cool.
I know them non-juggalo-y.
Yeah, me too. I know them non-juggalo.
Non-juggalo-y, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they vend at local shows, and I actually like talked to the guy. I had no idea who they were, and like after like knowing them for like a year, like at these shows, and I was like, oh, that's who that guy is. Like somebody told me, like, and then I kind of I saw their pictures for Astronomicon. I was like, wait a minute, that does look a lot like that one guy because he's like tall guy. I don't know if
That
that's the
guy
guy's
I
name.
bought. I bought a Kang. I got a lot of Kang on card from that dude, cheap too. Like they make good deals. But so then I went inside, and I'm telling you, those fucking people were wrapped the fuck. Like it got to a problem. The room was too small. The first year, the room was too fucking small, and they were just wrapped around everywhere, and they were trying to get like twisted people or whatever signatures. It was crazy. The second year, I was like, I have to go back. And it got bigger, and I think they were like, y'all motherfuckers can't come here. like your kind is not welcome here anymore.
So it's a Wyndham Garden
Your kind is
Hotel
not welcome here
in
anymore.
Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Go pull up Wyndham Garden Hotel. And then look
I'm
at
not
it.
pulling up another hotel.
They ain't using stock
We're
pictures.
not going through more people's wedding pictures.
All the stock pictures from Burton Manor were aerial pictures from that place. That place, and I mean, they were rocking and rolling. And then we got to Burton Manor. And when we got to Burton Manor, it's everything. It's all you want. They got a Juggalo concert going on next door in that one big place you saw where they had the fake things and all that blue shit. And there's like rails outside. It reminds you a lot of, hey, remember the Magic Bag, Dub? Try to explain this. Like, remember the Magic Bag?
The Magic Ferndale?
Yeah. You know how they used to have that outside portion?
AOA's not here. I figured I'll do it.
Nice. So welcome to the Cosmic One. Welcome to Sticks Boy. Welcome to Daniel Aslin. Welcome to Sal D. And welcome to Wookie Fanatic 19.
Oh, hey, Wookie. So like they got the metal bars outside that you're like, this isn't going to keep anybody in or out, but it's just so that eventually when you bounce somebody out,
annoying.
You can start dragging them against those. Yeah,
of a metal fence
till you start pounding them into it. So that's what they have that outside in the back, and then in the front, you go through whatever the front area is. I don't really go through the front, but it's just a huge hall with those round bars, round wedding bars that you see in some of these like the banquet halls that they built in the 70s. That's what it is. It still is a banquet hall from the 70s. And you can hear the concert going on while the con's going on. So you can hear like screaming and people getting hit in the head with Faygo cans and shit. Or Faygo bottles, whatever they're doing over there. But the guys are really cool. And then the best part about this is, guys, if you really want to have a good time, go to Facebook and look up Astronomicon and then find out whatever like the I'm going to be there chat group is or whatever. Get into that group chat. It is fucking phenomenal. It's entertaining.
I need a tampon.
Yeah, that's the one that was like in the bathroom asking for somebody to come in because they were having heavy flow problems and they needed tampons.
Oh my God.
Well, then one year, the best year was the year that what's the guy's name? He's from Billy Madison. He's the guy that's always high in the Billy Madison movies. The guy, damn, what the hell is his name? I wouldn't know his name anyways. Who the fuck am I kidding?
Guy from Billy Madison.
No, guy from like all those like movies, like Billy Madison and Big Daddy or whatever.
Which
all
one?
Those
Which guy?
The always guy that acts like that comes off as being high. Like he's always the guy that's like, hey man.
Oh, Jim Brewer?
Not Jim Brewer.
No.
That's Dave Chappelle. It's the same version of that
in
guy.
Waterboy, he was one of the players who was like,
yeah.
And I think he was a cop in.
Yeah, he was
something
like
Irene. No,
maybe whatever it was. So that guy was there, and
I know the guy you're talking about, dark haired guy.
All that happened on the chat board was like, hey, he's going outside. That dude just kept going out every 10 minutes and getting blazed the fuck up with people. Like, I mean, he was blazed. Like, he smoked so much fucking weed, it was crazy.
Peter Dante?
Yeah, Peter. That's him. Peter Dante. Yeah. Oh, that's
Peter Dante.
He was never at his table, bro. Never. Oh, and then the dude. Remember the dude that was in? The guy that was in Beverly Hills Cops.
Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson was there, but he dressed up in that fucking pirate.
Judd Nelson wasn't in Beverly Hills Cop.
Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold. That guy. Right, that guy. But remember when the movie with the girl that she jumps out of the hot tub and her titties are out and he's masturbating?
That was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But
Fast
yes,
Times at Ridgemont High.
it wasn't a hot tub. It was just a pool.
Cool. That's what I'm saying. And
He
he was out in his pirates. He was signed in the pirate suits, dude. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fast food place. Yeah, just right ahead. So that was cool.
You represent.
Grandma's boy. Yeah, that's it. Anyways,
pride.
yeah. So I mean, that's the type of shit you can. That's the type of shit you can expect at an Astronomicon. But you have to have a good guest list. And do
we want to go through the guest list, or we want to hear
a
tale of years past?
No, we're gonna see one of the guests, and then I think we're gonna hear a tale of that guest.
Okay. You want me to click on it? Or you want me to just scroll down what's here? I don't even know what's here.
Let's just go down the list. This is our big guest right here. So,
well, I'm just scrolling down this is the front page, so I don't know. What's
okay.
So that's why they're having the 0.5 because he wasn't there before.
Yeah, he was not there, along with some of the people that were along with him.
Your friend seems to be focused in on superheroes' genitalia.
Who's that?
Heather Langenkamp.
I don't know who.
She was in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a good.
Like Dream Warriors and a New Nightmare, like they're not Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like they're still
separate.
Like it's all the same frame.
You know who I'm surprised they haven't had is Campbell, because I figured he would have been at one of these. But
Ryan Hurst. Oh,
this is the guy that was Son of Anarchy.
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Remember the Titans. Jesus.
Yeah. Shit. What would? Opie. No.
Yeah.
Opie.
Yep.
Opie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lita.
So I was just about to say they have a good mixture of
they get lots of wrestlers
and some horror-ish stuff and some independent movie stuff. And
last year that was the ones that had the Steiner brothers there. It had
you got some Dutch door action here going. You got
dude, they had what's his name? Papa Django, but he did all of his every day he dressed up as a different one of his characters. Which was kind of cool.
That's cool. Oh.
Okay, here he is.
There we go. So Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam. So I have a little story to tell about Rob Van Dam.
Let's hear it.
And so just a little. I tried to I wrote this down because there's a lot of. It was a story, and I didn't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I'm trying to remember everything. And because I hung out with Rob Van Dam and stuff, there's things that I've forgotten over the years. So basically,
by the way, where's Rob Van Dam? Where's Rob Van Dam from? First off,
Rob Van Dam is from the great state of Michigan, the city of
damn right he is.
Yep,
damn right he is.
That was part of the reason that we ended up talking to each other. So it was really funny. So just a quick little backstory. I used to work for a long time for a comic dealer, a few different dealers, but one mainly for the most of the time. I was part of a crew that traveled. Set up at shows across the country, sold gold, silver age books, things like that. And then other stuff too, but mostly comics. Been to New York, San Diego, lots of shows in Florida, Chicago, whatever. And I used to meet a lot of dealers and hung out after the shows. So one time we went to San Diego. This was early 2000s sometime. And this man and woman walk up to the table, and there's usually a crew at San Diego. He usually had 5 or 6 of us there working the tables. So I was on one side of the table because I usually go by the dollar books and the cheap stuff because I was most comfortable with that because I didn't like handling the more expensive books.
Well, because he didn't sell the more expensive books anyways. Because he never priced them.
He sold plenty of those too.
Yeah, never priced them.
He sold both. I did well because I knew the modern stuff and that's the cheap stuff. He didn't care about that stuff. He'd blow it out all the time. Anyway, so this man and woman walk up to the table and start looking around. And this guy starts asking a guy for books, but he wants modern stuff, and it was all stuff that we really didn't have. And the guy who was helping him, we'll call him Jack, had no idea who he was talking to, but I recognized the guy right away because I used to watch a lot of wrestling, and it turns out it was RVD and his wife. They're shopping, and so I walk up to him, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? You're Rob Van Dam." He goes, "You recognize me?" He goes, "How'd you recognize me?" With my disguise. His disguise consisted of a Hawaiian kind of shirt with his arms. He had one of those tall hats that had stripes on them, a Where's Waldo stripes on his hat, and he had sunglasses on. And it's how you're sticking out more than your disguise, And So
well,
anyway,
to be fair, in this crowd,
yeah, in San Diego, that was not. Yeah, it could have been anybody. But so he was looking for basically Ghost Rider comics, and he's a huge Ghost Rider fan. Wanted to buy Ghost Rider books, but he wanted books that were modern, that were like obscure. Like, so he was looking for like a Death's Head book, like Death's Head 2 #3.
Yeah,
It had a Ghost Rider appearance in it. Like anything that Ghost Rider appeared in was on his list. And another one was Charleston Chew candy bar had a mail away. You like collected wrappers and sent it in, and then you could get that book. So it's like some kind of promo comic. So those were two that I remember. And there was other books on his list too, but those were two that I remember because I told him, hey, send me your list, email it to me, or because he didn't want to give me his one copy of list that he had. So he's an email. So I wrote down my email on the back of like a business card and I gave it to him.
cool.
Thinking whatever, like I'm not gonna. Month later, I get an email from him, and he's like, "Hey, here, you said you were gonna help me find these books. Here's my list." So I was like, "Cool. Let me see what I can do. I'll find out." I would travel, like I said, I travel, do a lot of shows, so I would like ask like and I go on my break,
walking the floor,
looking for his books, right?
Chew book.
Yeah, exactly. I asked every dealer, and then I actually ended up finding the Charleston Chew book, and I got it for like I don't know, like $5. And then same thing with the Death's Head book. Like there's a dealer that had that too. So I found 2 books for him. That's why I remember those 2. And so I ended up emailing him back a couple of months, like right then when I got back and said, hey, I found your books. He's like, how much you want for them? I'm like, I don't want any money. If you send me like an autograph, that'd be cool, And he was like, sure, So I sent him the books thinking, hey, maybe I'll get an autograph, maybe I won't, whatever. And then like a few weeks later, he sends me an autograph magazine, which I still have. It's like a raw magazine from back then, and he signed it on there, and it just says,
"No,
stop,
you, I'm doing it."
It just says "whole damn show RVD" on here. So thought that was really cool, and whatever, done. So there's RVD, and so then roughly 6 months later, I ran into another guy to show, this dealer from Toronto. He's like, hey, I'm trying to do a show in Toronto, and this is my first time doing a show. I know you work a lot of shows. Can you come and help me put on the show? He's like, I don't have a lot of money. I can't really pay you, whatever, but I can put you up in a hotel and you can come to my show for free or whatever, So, and he's like, I'm like, I don't know. He goes, like, well, I'm going to have Rob Van Dam as a guest. I'm like, I'm in. So I totally I'm there. So I went to this show, drove up to Toronto. It's like a 4-hour drive or so from where I live at the time. And so we drove up there, me and my buddy, and we weren't really supposed to I don't know what my job was. I was just supposed to help with the show. So like the first day we're like putting things on tables, like writing the numbers down of what table number it was and what dealer name it was. Just silly stuff like that. So
what's your job? Just help.
Just help. Yeah, exactly. That's all I was doing, just helping. So anyway, a Saturday, when the show was a Saturday, Sunday show. So Saturday I get there and I'm doing stuff at the show. I don't remember what I was, just checking people's wristbands, things like that, like helping out wherever I could. And I stopped by Rob's table. Of course, he had a line. Stopped by RVD's table, and I had to kind of remind him, like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, hey, what's up? And then like, hey, I'm the guy that helped you find those books. He's like, oh yeah, what's going on? Like, yeah, you're that guy. Yeah. I remember meeting you in San Diego. So him and his wife were both there, and she recognized me for sure too. And so we ended up talking. And I'm like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. But I'll catch up with you later when you're not so busy.
Yeah.
So so he's like, hey, so he flags me down later on. He's like, do you know anywhere private that we can go to go smoke? And so I was like, well,
what do you mean?
I'm like, here's the thing. I know a place where we can go. I can tell you right now because that's where I go. Every time I go to a show, I got this buddy. His name is Coop, and he has his van. And so what we do, we go hang on the back of Coop's van in the parking lot, and it's private. We didn't have to go in somebody's
room. Like you're in high school. Awesome.
Right, back of the van, and the back of the van is empty because all of his stuff's in the show, right? So literally, it's the back of a huge empty cargo van, no seats, nothing, all sitting on the ground.
Jeff Spicoli.
Right.
Did you order pizza for everybody?
I'm like, back of Coop's van. So we go to the back of Coop's van, and I'm like, hey Coop, I might have a guest to come with us. He goes, let me know when you want to go on break, because I crossed the border, so I didn't bring anything with me. I'm like afraid to do that. I'm brown too, so I wouldn't do anything like that. So I wouldn't do that. So Coop had a hookup in Toronto, so he,
Ain't hard to find.
yeah. Well, nowadays, of course not, but back then, even like there was like early 2000s, man. Like it wasn't legal anywhere, and so long story short, we hung out in the back of Coop's van, like for like an hour. We were back there, like talking, chatting. Like Coop pulls one out, RVD pulls one out. His wife was like, she was like rolled one up so fast that you're like wondering, like, wow, this woman is an expert, like in whatever she's doing. That's why he keeps her around. Yeah, she was like, yeah, she was so good at it.
Buried his roller.
Cowboy.
She's the roller. She was the roller. She was so good. Right. So we smoked that day, then we smoked the next day too, because like it was Saturday Sunday show, and like that next day, like it was ridiculous because like I was already like, this was more than what I would be doing, like like at work while at a show.
Are you cool, man?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm hand it over. I'm pat, puff puff give. And so like Sunday, and then so Sunday, like they're gonna leave on their flight's leaving at like 4:00 before the show's even over. So they're gonna head out. So like we're in the back of the van and just going to town on finishing off whatever they have. Passing with like 5 or 6 of us in the back of the van, and like just ridiculous like amount of just I was done. I had to go back into work, and so like thank God I wasn't getting paid.
Whoa, they ain't paid you shit. That ain't
That's
work.
So I wasn't getting paid anyway. If I was getting paid, I would have felt bad. But like, so I went back in, hung out, helped them work at the show. But anyway, so that
you were helping. You were helping entertain the talent.
Exactly. I was taking care of business. That's why he brought me there. He knew that I wanted to meet.
Where the fuck
hang out with everybody.
Yeah, been for the last 6 hours,
right?
just getting high,
right. Getting high with Dub
down by the river. Oh,
so
that's fucking hilarious.
So anyway, that was the first time that I smoked with RVD. I used to smoke a lot, and I don't anymore. I wish I did, but I don't. Health reasons. Yeah, it's like I miss it, but I don't do it anymore. But that led to a lot of other instances where I was able to smoke with RVD, and we connected because of the Michigan thing at first. Although he likes Miracle Whip, which was kind of crazy. I know he likes it.
That's a strike against.
Yeah, I know. I still make fun of him for that.
To be fair, my wife likes it too on certain things. I'm like,
instead of mayo.
Instead of mayo, yeah.
It's too tangy.
But I can tell you guys other stuff down the road. Like there's other stories that I when I lived in California for a while, I hunted him down, found him he used to own a shop there.
You hunted him down?
I hunted him down. Like I found him at a show. But I used to he hooked me up with the guy to buy from over there, so it was kind of cool.
What kind of shop did he own?
A comic shop.
Really?
He had 2. Well, he had one. Then he moved into a different location, so I actually helped him move from one to another. And they used to have wrestlers there all the time. And that I met like Rey Mysterio and Chris Benoit, Bret Hart. Who you hate?
It was cool meeting. It was cool that he would not meet Chris Benoit, obviously.
But was able to meet Booker T was another one. But he had people there.
Shucky Duck.
Yeah, Shucky Duck Quack Quack.
Booker T's cool.
But anyway, yeah. So like that led to when I lived in Cali. That was awesome to be able to have had that connection with him. And he actually took me to a couple of shows with them, so I was able to like be his quote unquote like part of his entourage for a while, like like to help at the show, and like then he took me to a club, which was kind of crazy. Anyway, those are stories for a different time. But I haven't seen him in like quite a long time, and I have his number somewhere, but I haven't called him. But I'm gonna go see him.
You should go, Matt. See, Matt wants to go.
Yeah,
Matt. Next year you got to go to 7. 7
should be in March.
Yeah, should be in March. All right, what else do we got here?
So we can keep going down the list. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on RVD.
Sex
Machine.
Who is this guy?
Well, he was a sex machine in From Dusk Till Dawn. Remember, he had the little.
He had the pistol. He like did a lot of special effects for a long time.
Yeah, he was a special effects guy, but Tarantino had him in From Dusk Till Dawn as a character.
Cool.
You don't know Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah,
Robert
I said
Rodriguez?
cool. Yeah, I know who it is. He also was in Dawn of the Dead.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
That's who that was? That's who he played?
He was the first Sabretooth, the tall one that didn't talk.
This his daughter?
No, it's his wife.
Jennifer Schwalbach.
Yeah, in what was it? Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. We're like, wait a second, I know the other two. Who's the third girl? Oh, it's his wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
there you go.
You got Randall.
I think they were at the I think they're at one or they've come out a bunch of times.
They were supposed to be there, I think. Yeah, and I think some of them didn't make it.
Yeah, and Twisted.
And then of course his daughter. Yeah, Twisted. Those guys. That's the one guy. The guy on the left's the guy that nut checked me.
I don't know Taint or Tate.
Grendel's gonna be there.
Gangrel.
Dude, that guy's weird. Who was his wife for a while?
I don't know, but he did just come back for Edge, right? Didn't he come back?
He has a weird story. I can't remember the story behind it, but I think it has something to do with his wife. Was his wife crazy?
He was a vampire.
No, did he marry? He married the one chick that shaved the side of her head, and it was well older than him. And then, yeah. Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Well older than him.
Yeah.
Jeremy London.
Where's Eric?
I don't know.
Eric would know offhand.
Yeah, all right. Our Matt knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Brood.
Luna Vachon.
Is that it?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
that's the rest.
Yeah, Luna. That crazy
I'm
ass.
stuck on an uncomfortable place like the back seat of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, Luna. Yeah, crazy Luna, dude. She used to have the side head. She's dead, isn't she? I hate to say it if she wasn't.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, some of these Clerks actors, I don't know these people. Hey, there's your Peter Dante.
Oh man, she was only 48 when she died.
Oh shit! What's his name? Dante's girlfriend. 37?
No, yeah, she would have been. I think she would have been like 10 years older than him. 15 years older. Who's 37?
I'm 37.
Yeah, Peter Dante. He's back, dude. I'm telling you. Dub, when you go there on the side door, he's gonna be just hanging out there. They have a dedicated chat for when he goes outside to smoke weed.
Fucking Demolition.
Awesome. Demolition's gonna be shit. Maybe I do have to try to get there. I gotta.
Darren McCarty.
Darren McCarty, Detroit legend.
Dude, yeah. Darren likes those guys, dude. I think they played together at one point.
Oh yeah, with the band.
Yeah. Buff Bagwell, get the fuck out of here!
Wow,
that's a hat.
Marcus Bagwell,
yeah.
And then
Bill Morrison. He's been doing every show lately.
More ICP folks, I guess.
Yeah. They're all over the place.
I don't know them.
Darren McCarty is deaf too, and like
Gmo Ski. I don't get.
I think he's part of the whole. ICP crew or whatever.
The whole scene. The Rock.
Yeah. Yep, The Rock is too, and so is I don't know. Ask Matt. He knows. He wears Jankos.
Jason Moore.
So Darren McCarty
guest list. I'm scrolling.
Darren McCarty screams all the time. He all the time is yelling, all the time. Moore, he's always here. So is Manning. Who's that?
Dave Painter? Yeah, award-winning speed painter.
No, they apparently like him.
Yeah,
he gets a big post here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay, Matt, bring up Kyle. Kyle definitely wears Janko jeans shorts.
Are they shorts or are they pants?
Their ankles show, I guess. I don't know. Will you determine? It's either either
kind of pants.
Okay, so that's.
Do you want any more of these? You want some celeb pricing? Do you want to?
Yeah, let's see what celeb pricing is. I already know who some of the vendors are because they've offered me free tickets.
Oh, here we go. See table.
How much is Marcus Bagwell charging?
Buff
Okay,
Bagwell
dude.
is $30 an autograph. 30
Dude,
bucks.
there is no
$50
fucking.
for
This
both.
is ridiculous. These pricings are out of whack. I like Demolition, but dude, there's no way Demolition should be charging more than $10.
I don't think 25 is unreasonable. Well, 20, I think 20. I think 20 is a solid number. You don't have to pull out a 5.
20 for both for a combo.
Well, yeah, it is a combo. It says demo. Oh, you're right.
Well, no, it's
you're
not.
Right.
Sir.
You're right. They did separate.
And if you want pictures with both of them, it could cost you $80 for a selfie and an autograph with the two of them is $80.
I would just go with one. I don't need both.
Ain't no way Dirk Manning's charging people for. Get the fuck out of here. And you know, one day he shows up with.
Why does it cost $30 for Kevin Smith's daughter's autograph, but only $20 for a picture? I'd probably just go with a picture. Not that I would do.
No, because if you don't get the autograph, ain't no way to know who the fuck that is.
Because you're going to be able to read that when.
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Oh, Heather Langenkamp's like, I ain't taking pictures with none of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of long jorts going on. Yes, long jorts is a.
Yeah, like my one buddy, he's a big SIG guy. I wouldn't be autograph. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting autographs from anybody.
They either think if you're not wearing jorts, they either think you're security or you're.
Oh, look at that! That's a bargain. $10 to get a picture with Jeremy London. I'm probably doing that.
Which one's Jeremy London again?
Yeah, from Mallrats.
That's what I'm saying, dude. $10 is what that's going.
He's
great.
not the same one from Dazed and Confused, right? That was Jason, I think. Jason, like the twin, they were twins. I think Jason London was in Dazed and Confused.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Peter Dante gets so fucking high, he ain't charging $40.
He's got $40.
He ain't charging that. He's just going out. He's out there smoking weed and signing and taking selfies. Dude, you look at that Facebook page that when you get that special chat group, he's taking selfies with everybody. They ain't paying him shit for those selfies.
I like how prices are subject to change. We'll run this shit up because Rob Van Dam may be $60 a day, but on the day it might be a bit more.
No. The prices ain't going up on this. It's going down.
Depending on the crowd, right?
No, but they do a good job. They bring in some good people. They're show and I'll be honest, a lot of SIG guys, like Kevin Nash. Well, Hall just died. Nash and Six were there. That you couldn't fucking. And everybody does hang out at Dante's table a ton. So
lodging. I don't know if there's anything else here to look at.
What's concerts? Yeah, see what the concert thing is. Oh, good Lord, cosplay. Yes, please.
Wait, concerts?
Yeah,
cosplay is not going to be.
They literally have a concert going on next, like in the same building.
What? So see this guy on the right here with the mohawk thing?
Yeah, red
mohawk. So that's the guy who I would always see, like at the local shows. Like
he doesn't look like that. He don't got the He
doesn't look like that. There's no makeup. The hair is not like that. And I always talk to him like like whatever. Like he was literally right across from me, and he would like be telling things. Yeah, and then with it after a year later, I was like, oh, you're this one guy. Like you do this stuff. Oh, I get it. That makes sense. Wait, the concerts are not at the place?
No, it's got to be. Go back up.
It says Westland.
Ooh. Isn't that Skanky Frankie's? I think that used to be Skanky Frankie's, bro.
I never heard of a place called Skanky Frankie's.
Oh, Skanky Frankie's.
Well, they're both at the Token Lounge.
Yeah, they're all.
Well, they must have had to do something because last year it was next door. Maybe they're booked. Dude, I would love. Please let that fucking place be booked next door while this shit's going on. Please, God, have a wedding going on next door. Please. Dub, I could be there in 25 minutes. If a wedding is going on while this shit's going on, you call me. I'll be there.
Oh, my God.
No doubt. Oh, I wish they would show some examples. Damn it.
Well, of course not. They didn't have the convention yet.
Yeah, but they did. They had it a couple months ago.
I know you want the 3.0 pictures.
Yeah. All right, what else they got up here?
There's not a lot.
No.
Schedules, photo op schedules. Yeah. Vendors.
Yeah, let's see the vendor. Let's see who lied and said they're not going there. Oh, and we get a floor plan, so that's cool.
I can do the floor plan if you want. I don't know any of these people.
Brad?
Yeah, you know Brad. Everybody knows Brad's comics.
Yeah, Brad's comics everywhere. Cosmic Comics and Toys? Sounds familiar.
I know who that is. Keep going. What the fuck is
The
that thing?
GWE?
Oh yeah, no. So that's the guy. Yeah, so that guy has a whole table, and this guy's got like all the like wrestling paraphernalia, like the legit shit. Like he brings out like Flair's fucking robes. He brings out like the Mach's like coat.
What about Gramps with lamps?
This motherfucker?
That's the guy in Little Rascal.
Yes, Gramps
Yeah.
with lamps.
Yeah, so one time I think Gramps with Lamps was riding his Little Rascal, and he like went forward when he wanted to go backwards, and he crashed into his own table, and he puts something like on top of the table, so he has two levels,
Yeah.
like, and it's like a really like not stable situation, and he crashed into his own thing and knocked over. Like I watched this happen, like, and I just couldn't. And I couldn't help it. I felt bad, but I couldn't help but laugh. Like me and my sister were both there, and we just started laughing.
Token. Oh, is it Ryan? Is Token off of Warren or Ford Road? So Gramps with lamps. Whenever the problem with Gramps with lamps is when he gets to the fucking venue, he takes up the entire loading area for an hour.
Nankin hobby. We got a pop guy.
Paul's Pops.
Rocksteady Rider Hobbies.
They have their old pops.
The girls probably upset somebody kind of took their name. They got a store now.
I heard.
Spooky baby.
Turtle trinkets, Twisted Things, Spooky baby.
Yeah,
Twisted Things, I think, is their booth.
Yeah, it's probably their stuff. Yeah.
Of course, I'm not from Michigan, so none of this means anything to me. You too.
Yeah.
Off of
I don't recognize most of them.
Right? Yeah. I knew like 4 or 5. There's not a lot of comic vendors there, actually. There's only
a lot of these seem like toys and other shit.
Things. Yeah.
It is. It's fun though.
Yeah, this was one I could not set up at because the wife has a show on Saturday.
That sucks.
She signed up for a long time ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Coming soon. No floor planning right now.
Dang it. Oh, there's a video? Tell me there's a video. Oh, shit. We'll get hit.
Well, I collect artists, but where's video? Oh, if you want videos? Source Point.
Is this them selling?
Source Point goes everywhere, don't they?
Yeah, he'll go anywhere. Yeah. Oh, dude, we got to get one of us there because it is going to. Oh, hey. Yeah, that was last year.
Hey, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a good show. Can we play this without getting killed?
No, we probably will get some shit if we play it, but we can try it. And we can
that was a couple years ago because that was before he died before the last year show.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Right.
I don't know. I guess
that's still. Yeah, so that's the ballroom looks like. This is more what it looks like than all those fancy pictures. It just looks like, it's like.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously, you're not going to have fancy tables. You're going to have.
Oh, I mean, like even the floors. 2018. That's it. Okay, see now there's mahogany walls behind them. This is the one you have to watch because this was the one where they were in the expensive hotel.
This one where you want to get cupped?
No, the one I got cupped was up further.
I can try to play it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
No. Don't.
Yeah, don't
try to. I think that one's gonna screw us if we get. Can you? Well, we can do it for 10 seconds, but yeah. No, I just want. No, I don't do it, but I want to see.
No, I don't do it. I'm like, we click it. You click it.
Oh yeah, they also got tattoos. Is the tattoo guy coming back? Do they do tattoos there at the show? They got
they did that at the show I was just at.
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah, they got.
I walked down a whole aisle. There was a whole row of tattoo artists that walked.
Yeah, but your show was big. This is gonna be a lot smaller.
Yeah, no. Like you walk in the door, like I was like, dude, what? To this person, I'm like, what are you doing here? And they're like, huh? I was like, what? Like, what are you doing here? And they're like, oh, we're the health inspector. I'm like, health inspector for what? They're like, oh yeah, for the tattoos that's going on. We have to like check them every once in a while. And they sent like this person definitely didn't have any tattoos.
He got that on his head.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they go. They're booked the whole time.
Dude,
So I
don't
found
think
all
I'm
about
getting
it because the health inspector girl was like, she was just standing there. I'm like, you can come hang out at our booth, and I'll teach you a little bit about comics, and you can tell me why you spend 6 hours on a floor with juggalos looking at something. And she's like,
Granted,
well, because
She
I don't
getting
have
paid.
any tattoos, but I don't
many
think I'm
different
getting
things
one on my fucking head at a Comic-Con.
I am. Yeah, I would
on the
never
floor.
at
D-
at a
Dub,
convention.
dub, dub, dub. You got to take pictures. They'll be there doing it, and it's not like it's huge either. But they're booked. She told me, she's like, no, they're booked for 3 days. That's why I have to, something about watching at least so many people be switched out or some weird stuff. I mean, it's weird, but like, yeah, tattoos.
People who love tattoos absolutely love tattoos.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. And if I was one of those guys and I had a bunch, sure, squeeze one in on my arm, my back, wherever. But your head
What the hell's talking about?
in with in a place where there's just the chance for distractions. Mm-mm.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know, man, dude. I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting a tattoo there. What's that?
You'll get hepatitis. Everybody's got it already.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
No,
Matt,
she was there.
I am so goddamn indecisive. There's no fucking way I could get a tattoo. My wife's got tattoos. I can't get a tattoo.
I'm with you.
I would have such a hard time picking one.
Oh no, I have a hard time with all the needles.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's the needle's not what bother me. I'll get over that. It's the fact that I can't change it is where I would have a problem.
the Token Lounge is in a strip mall. Like it's the end cap of a strip mall. It's just a brick building, like in the strip.
I'm pretty wishy-washy. I like, I'll change my Call of Duty avatar or whatever. Like I need to be able to change. I need to be able to pivot.
Well, I mean, I want to see if that guy's coming this year because they come almost every year to do tattoos.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll probably have them. I mean, a lot of conventions these days have tattoos.
I don't know, man. That's not a true statement. Maybe in New Jersey, but
Well, they do. Well, at least our way. Yes, we got them. That said, you know what? I think we should save the box break till next week.
Yeah, dude,
we're already 12:30.
all right.
Oh wow.
3 hours in.
Yeah. Oh, this is entertaining. It got me gave me a little bit better.
Oh, I had fun.
It's a good show. Plus, I forgot how fun Astronomicons are. So now, even though I said there's no possible way I can make it,
You're gonna try to make it.
I might be sending a text message.
Get shot at John over there.
Is it Friday, Saturday,
cup?
Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday.
Well, I might be on
Yeah.
Sunday.
I'm going Sunday, like I said, early afternoon. Me at my buddy's house at 11, and we're gonna
Maybe I'll
drive
go
over there.
to church, get some holy water put on me first, so I don't burn when I walk through the door.
How's that gonna happen?
I'm just kidding. That place is really fun. It's honestly, it's a hilarious con to go to. It is. Like it's.
I'm gonna get my
entertaining.
Spider Boy
Yeah.
tattoo right here.
Yeah.
Spider Boy #1 forever. Bailey Briggs, baby.
Yeah, we had Juggalos one time at the Motor City show, and it was because they had invited some Juggalo style guests, and that was the
It
one
gets
and only
sloppy.
time. That was the one and only time that they were allowed to be there. They banned all Juggalos got banned from the Novi Expo Center at the time.
Yeah,
They don't
you
have
can't.
a-
You can't have juggalos have to be juggaloing together.
Yeah.
Ran an event by juggalos. You can't
Yeah.
just let juggalos be
Juggaloing
running around.
together.
You can't let Juggalos into your event, otherwise, like
Nah,
it's
you
it
can't.
will be a Juggalo event.
See, that's why with that poor young lady, when she was walking around, I was like, "You do not belong here. What are you doing?" She's like, "I definitely don't." And I was like, "Okay, well, what are you doing?" Like, you could
Why are
tell.
you-
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, this is not for like. It's like when you see like a little baby running to the middle of a fucking expressway, you're like, that is not good. What are you doing? Don't run into the middle of the expressway, little baby. It's like, yeah, I mean,
Those are the same.
yes, bro.
Those
See,
two don't equate.
y'all people think you know about the juggalos, and I'm saying like I have a buddy who's a juggalo, and he went to do juggalo things, and he went to a juggalo concert, and the dude came back, I shit you not, with these like 4 prints on his forehead, like right here, like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was like nubs, like popped out nubs on his head, and I'm like, what the fuck, dumb shit did you do? And my buddy, a Big Willie, was laughing his ass off, and he's like, Scotty Too Hottie, tell him what happened. Scotty Too Hottie was fucking around at a Juggalo concert, and he wanted to get right up stage, and he threw a 2-liter onto the stage, and the Juggalo dude picked it back up, threw it right back at him, smacked him right in the fucking head, knocked him unconscious for half the show. Dude woke up, thought that was the coolest thing ever, and they just kept being Juggalos. That's the shit Juggalos do, bro. Like on a daily, just they drip and wet and pop. They have pop all over their ass, but they have a good time. And I'm saying,
like the pagans from Dragnet.
I'm saying that's all good, because the one thing Juggalos will do is, if Juggalos are together, they'll have whatever their weird ass Juggalo good time is. The problem with that is you cannot have that in like normal places. It has to be contained to a Juggalo type event. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're just sitting there at a regular old concert,
Sticks went a different direction with your comments.
and if you're just having a regular old day, and somebody chucks a 2-liter at somebody else's head, and
Full
it knocks
2-liter?
them the fuck out, full ass 2-liter, yeah, full ass 2-liter.
Mm.
It knocks it out. The next thing you're not going to do to try to wake them up from on stage is dump gallons of pop on top of them. Somebody's calling the cops at that point. Somebody's calling the cops. But at a Juggalo event, that's a Tuesday night, brother. Like, it just is. So, like, you can do that type of shit there, but like, it's got to be contained. Right,
Juggalos doing Juggalo things.
Oh, Juggalos jumping all over the place. I've never been to a Juggalo event where some Juggalo hasn't at one point jumped off a table, and a table's broken from one of them jumping off a table. Like, Juggalos do Juggalo things. They jump around. They break shit. There's a lot of,
like I said, I still want to see, I want to see a traveling Matt report from Astronomicon one of these days.
Is it what happens? Just like the dude Super Mutant TV show that. Yeah, that's Juggalos do that shit all. Juggalos do Juggalo things, but the main Juggalos, it's like
I'd hate to lose my teaching job.
It's so the main Juggalos. It's like they're Peter on the island, right? And I shouldn't say. I don't mean it like. Oh, it's like the leader of the Peter read all the off of Ireland. St. Peter, but not like that. Yeah, Peter Piper. Yeah. Same thing. So they just walk around, and like if the Juggalo leaders are like, "Yay, Juggalos, okay, hey, oh," and they move around, and they can. It's magical. It is magical what the Juggalo leaders can do, because like the twisted guys are, like those guys you showed. Those are the Juggalo leaders. And I don't actually think when was the last time the ICP guys were around? Because I haven't heard of them. Like, dude, it's trouble whenever those dudes show up. Like, thank God we got these twisted Juggalo guys. That's all I'm saying. And I think they're fans.
They're probably just old now. They don't want to do this shit.
No, those guys are a little bit older than us. They're not that.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to do this shit.
Well, that twisted guy ain't that much
older than me. Yeah, I get it.
That twisted guy, the taller twisted guy, is not that young. He's maybe 10, 15 years younger than us.
Yeah, well, that's different. You're talking about the
dude. You used those. Everybody in Michigan knows. You used to see, especially if you lived from downriver to Oakland County, those ICP boys. There was no safe Taco Bells, no safe McDonald's. There was no safe Walmart parking lots. Those dudes would they drive around in their van. Yeah, there is. Ryan knows. Dumb knows. It's the Juggalos are like a subculture, bro.
Yeah, I maybe that's why I just don't get it.
And dude, they drove around in like a van that had that whatever that stupid Juggalo thing, whatever the Juggalo thing with the hatchet is. That thing, remember, it was like, dude, I'm telling you, it looked like a pedophile van, like Psychopath style, because it have. You know what I mean? Like no windows on it. There's no windows on that, right, Ryan? Their van doesn't have
a Ted Bundy van. Right? That's different.
Huh?
Like a Ted Bundy van.
Right. Yeah. They just didn't have any windows in the
It doesn't have to be strictly for pedophiles. It could be
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of predators. You could use that type of fan.
Hot and Now. Sounds about right.
Dude, I just saw the last Hot and Now.
They're still around?
Yeah, there's one on the. It was on the way to that place in Indiana that I had to go pick up the half pig. So I think wherever it was, it might be in
Fucking Sticks
like
talking about
Bronson.
Columbia House.
I know.
Wow. So you have CDs? You have ICP CDs, Sticks?
From Columbia House. You buy 13 for $1, and then we're
you know
not
the
going to stop mailing them.
For those people that don't know what a Hot Now is, a Hot Now was this burger shack this dude did so that his kids would never go hungry. And literally the deal at Hot Now was you could buy, was it 5 burgers, 10 fries, or was it 10 burgers and 5 fries? It could have been 10 burgers, 5 fries, and a couple Cokes, I think. And it was like $5.99.
Ooh, I'm hungry.
I don't know if you're that, but that actually wasn't that bad of food.
I'm about to microwave some fucking
Matt
white.
Matt would know the deal, I think.
I never had a Hot Now.
Dude, Hot Nows were like, they were like, the McDonald's hamburger, the old like 39 cent, 59 cent McDonald's. So they just try to outdo them by serving the same thing, but it was cheaper. So it was like 39 cents. And then the family pack, I think was the deal. I think it was like for $5.99, you got like a bunch of fries, a bunch of burgers, and then they gave you like 2 Cokes. But motherfucker, how you calling it a family pack when you only given 2 Cokes? And you're giving somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that sounds like White Castle.
No. The burgers were bigger. They weren't like those. They weren't sliders. They were like
sliders. Okay.
No, they were like
fine.
I
got you. I got you McDonald's burgers. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like a McDonald's burger. It was like, was that it? Was it 5 and 10 fries? I think like the portions were always.
That doesn't make sense.
But they also gave you 2 pops. That's what I'm saying. The portions never made sense. Shit didn't make sense. It was like 5 burgers, 10 fries, and 2 Cokes for $5.99, and you're like, all right, well, so you get 1 burger and 2 fries for whatever it was. They would just throw a couple sacks that say Hot Now in there, and it was like you couldn't dine in. They didn't have Joe. They didn't even have them in Detroit. Where they literally had them was, so this guy had a bunch of kids and sent them to colleges. So where every kid went to school, on the way to school, there was a Hot Now between their house and the school. So there was like, I think one Ypsilanti because it's to EMU. There was one on the way to, I think, Central or Western. There's one on the way to, obviously there was one on the way to Ferris. There was one on the way to GVSU. And then I think there was one kid must have been like, Holy Roller, because I think there was one on the way to Adrian or Albion or whatever that Jesus school is over there. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, God bless Hot Now. Oh, was there one on the way?
I'm kind of hungry.
Oakland? There might have been one on the way to Oakland U.
I am down. Yeah.
Dude, I wish they brought that back.
I can go for one.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
got me down for a shitty burger. I'm in.
Dude, they all eventually went bankrupt too. They all are not bankrupt. They all eventually ran out. But yeah. Well, he was thinking if my kids could eat there, then like
other people's kids could eat there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. It was kind of the Jimmy John model before Jimmy John's is a big thing. Like Jimmy John used to start off on college campuses.
College campuses, yep.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it was 39-cent hamburgers. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. I knew it was 39 cents. I still want to know what the deal was, dude. I'm going to have to try and look that up. Maybe it was 10 burgers and 5 fries. That sounds better. 10 burgers, 5 fries, 2 drinks. I still don't know who the fuck 2 drinks is going to be for. All right, Pete, can we get out of here?
We can. You were talking about 39-cent burgers, so I was listening.
Hot Now burgers?
Well, dude, McDonald's burgers, though, at the time, I don't know, but I think McDonald's burgers were only like 59 cents.
I still can't eat McDonald's.
What do you mean?
All the shit that I eat, for whatever reason, every time I eat McDonald's, I feel like shit afterwards.
Dude, what do you eat at McDonald's?
Just fucking quarter pounder.
Yeah, see, you just get one burger. You're not supposed to be eating all that bullshit. You get a small fries.
That fucking quarter pounder. It's not like you're
quarter pounder's like 7,000 calories. You get one fucking cheeseburger and one fucking small fry.
No, well, they don't sell. You can't just get one cheese. They got the double cheeseburger meal, which I used to get back in the day. Doesn't matter.
You can order one cheeseburger. You don't have to order that shit, Pete. I know this for a fact because I went there about a month ago. And I said I would like a cheeseburger. Hold this pickle because it's nasty and slimy, please. And I'd like a small fry. And they gave me those two things, and it cost me like $6. It's ridiculous, but still. McDonald's.
It's not about the money. I'll still be hungry after that.
You will not. You get so bloated off that shit, you cannot eat after it. I guarantee.
I'm still hungry thinking about eating those two things, and I'm like, Dad, that's not enough. What if I want wings? It's not enough. Anyway, all right. It was still fun. Make sure you guys come back. I will.
Oh, Sturgis. Yeah, that's the last hot now is in Sturgis, Michigan, where they have the big bike rally. Yeah.
No, he said Steubenville.
No, it's Sturgis. It's Sturgis, Michigan.
Sturgis is south of Battle Creek.
Yeah, south of Battle Creek. Yeah, south of where it's from.
Yeah, right.
That got me. All right. Point being, though, I'm gonna. I'll have Dollarman digging for you at some point tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get it done before I got to go to flag football practice for my son tomorrow. But I will get your top 10 and 10 done, hopefully, and your Dollarman digging. Come back for the Get Off My Lawn boys on Friday, the SNS boys on Saturday, Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday, and then we'll start the week fresh with a new Hidden Gems.
Dude, Hot Now burgers are only $1.09.
Dude, I want one. I don't care. I don't even know what it is, and we don't even have them around here.
Let me see if they got a family deal. Here's a family deal. Oh no, that's not what it was. All right.
I'm gonna go microwave myself some White Castle.
Small fries.
White Manna, Pete. That's where you got to go.
Where's
that?
It's in New Jersey. There's only one location. Yeah.
It's probably North Jersey, and I'm like,
Yeah, literally, there's one location, and it's like famous, all around. It's one of the burger places. It's on my list. Like I want to go there. It's near Hackensack.
Oh yeah, that's up north. That's like basically New York. That's like New York wannabe suburbs. I'm more the South Philly guy, so I'm more the Philly wannabe suburbs.
Gotcha. That's on my list of places that I got to go.
Dude, people love Hot Now.
Well, let me know if you make it out that way. I'll meet you up there.
All right.
Where? Hot Now? At Sturgis?
Hot Now. We're going to.
Oh yeah. Sticks has a PSA. White Manna we're talking about, but Sticks has a PSA that he will not be on Friday or Saturday.
39-cent burgers. Hot Now.
Cheap burgers.
10 cents. Hey, 10 more cents for cheese, bro. 49 cents.
I'm in for the 10 cents. I want that cheese.
Oh, I would never eat an olive burger. That's gross.
Olive burger?
Yeah, it's Halo Burger. We got the Flint. That's a Flint thing, I think.
Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll do something to
you. All right.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks again. It was
fun.
Thanks,
everybody's been hanging out.
I'm about to watch a Hot Now commercial because that's how I'm rolling.
All right. Thanks for the 20-some people watching now. Everybody have a good night. And we will see you.
When you guys go and Google Hot Now after this, you're going to get some inappropriate porn shit, but
no, Hot Now. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.